Trey Jones, Chris Gregson, ourbmx, the cat, Ryan Fudger. Double Dales, 9%ers.
Yes, I was going for this one actually. So
shout out Oskar Blues.
Shout out.
Yeah. Sponsored Swampfest, sponsored us, sponsored Fast and Loose Boys, sponsored who else? I don't know. It's enough. No bubbly though. So let's move this one a little bit closer so you could talk. Can you talk, Greg?
I can talk.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
Can I turn this or what?
You can turn. Just turn grab the microphone.
I'm not putting the headphones.
All right,
grab the microphone.
36 more.
36.
What?
How important are these?
No, they're not. But you could hear when you're not talking into the microphone. So I'll just have to correct you. I think you were good last time. So
Was I? All right.
you were. So and that brings us straight into it. Second podcast.
Second round.
Round 2.
I'm glad to be here on this one.
Yeah.
I think I was retired for that. When Trey
who
came,
was the co-host? I don't even remember.
Nobody. I mean, you.
I think it was
you and Chris. Chris was actually here,
but didn't talk.
He sat off the side.
I think it was right when I had Asa and I had stopped.
You were filming.
One of the first ones.
Yeah,
it literally was the first one.
It was the first one
because we were planning.
No, because someone else was here and they were like, Morgan said he was the first one where I
remember now. It was definitely.
We were already planning on doing it, and you were going to be there, and it was like last minute. I think I have a terrible memory. So
well, that was what I was going to say. Is like I was like, hey, Trey's going to come do the podcast, and Dennis was like, I quit.
That was
That's what it was. That was it.
All right, so it wasn't Morgan Wade. All right. Sorry, Trey.
I'm not going to argue with Morgan Wade.
You shouldn't. No, ever.
No, I didn't quit because of Morgan Wade. He's going to punch me for that.
Or Trey, for the record.
No, it was Trey. I was like, fucking done.
What brings you to California?
Filming with Chris for Vansport. So, yeah, we decided to hop on the podcast. Chris lives in Vista, so I figured we come talk about the podcast and talk about me filming with a skateboarder, and because people are really confused on how that works. So, yeah,
I'm still confused too.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
backside, front side.
What was the first connection, Greg? Like Greg's son. Sorry, I called you Greg, Chris.
Hello, Greg.
Honestly,
I'm thinking about the microphone.
Well, tell him how you know Dennis. How you knew Dennis.
That's how you want to start.
Yeah. Well, you got to start the beginning.
Well, yeah.
I think I was the first BMXer
for sure.
Yeah,
definitely the first.
Way before anyone knows.
So funny.
I had to,
the whole situation.
because I was telling this story to Dak and Robbie yesterday, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's the best story ever." Because I don't even think you know the extent of it, really.
Probably
like from
not.
my brain, But it was like,
dude, it's so.
Well, I mean, obviously,
hilarious.
because we met. I lived in La Mesa when I was 18. We met at Dallas Skate Park, but
Where
you
I
were
was
always
today.
skating. Like the times I'd seen you there, or whatever, because the quarter pipes are 4 feet tall,
It's a very fun park to skate
And then
to ride bikes.
horrible.
Then we had our
But skateboarding is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is awesome to skate. But yeah, so Dennis was always there skating, like never riding a bike. And then our homie Jesse, who films, was like told me that he had this crazy like ramp in his backyard that was red, like the Nike one.
Yeah, you came and filmed over there.
Yeah, and so I went there, filmed.
First skater,
but you
I think.
didn't ride like that at all.
I think I was hurt when you guys came.
Yeah, I don't even know. So, but like, I was just like, oh yeah, this is just like a random BMX homie, like, or whatever. Like, I had no idea how good Dennis was or anything at all.
He's he's just the guy from the skate park.
I thought it was
that has
like
a ramp.
and like to me, the ramp was like built like shit because it was plywood. So I'm like. Whatever, it couldn't have cost that much to build this thing, like compared to like a skate. Now your ramp with the skate line, like it was just like janky then, and then it was like I don't even know. A couple of years went by, and then I think I saw you for the first time again when the first year they did the Vans US Open, or not even US Open, it was the Van Doren Invitational on the beach. And it was like the skate was like right after, and then it was like you guys were done, and I was like, oh, like who won? And then they're like. This guy Dennis won or whatever, and he's like, I think he lives near you or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, no, definitely a different person, because like I'd never seen you ride. I was like, no way.
Like the guy from the skate park?
Yeah, like I was like,
there's no way.
The dude who does backtails at Dallas, like we're definitely talking about two different people, like. And then like, sure enough, and then I saw you, and you're like, I was like, what the fuck, you won or whatever, and then I was like, you're like, yeah, and I was like. Damn, that's crazy. Like, and in my head, like, because I didn't know how good you were, I was like, damn, maybe just like the BMXers aren't that good in the contest. But it was like, now I know how gnarly you are, and it like gets registers. But it was like, I just like when we were younger, we were just homies, like
we skated
from the
Dallas,
same town.
We skate
like,
my mini, you skated in my ramp, but I didn't ride. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I'd never seen you get gnarly or anything, you know. So I was just like so confused. Like
he's like the guy from the skate park is like won the contest.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Yeah, like and then I just was like, damn, maybe they just didn't have that many good people in the event because like
maybe nobody came.
I was the only one that showed up.
And then
that was just like funny, you know. Like now I obviously
because then when we started filming
more.
Yeah, when we started filming, you were like, yeah, I know Dennis, and I was like, oh yeah, and then we started talking about it, and he's like, yeah, so he's like really good, and I'm like, yeah. I like explained the situation, obviously who you were, and he was like, damn, I didn't even know he had it like that. That's, all right, like,
literally
so
until
funny,
I like met Trey. Like I mean, I'd known you since we were 18.
Yeah, we're friends. Like so, we were friends like as kids, and then like he got into skating and started. Being Chris, and then I was in BMX, and then we met like 10 years later. It's fucking nuts.
And then the first time we ever filmed and knowing each other for 10 years was when we did the Haro, or just that fall stuff at your
backyard. Yeah,
like we knew each other for so long, but we never ever filmed, you know, until then. And now, like obviously, we filmed more, and like
you have a really sick edit when you came and skated the red ramps. Like those things had holes in them, and he was the only skater that could like he was doing tricks on that big slant wall after the box jump. It was sick. It was
he showed me. I had never seen it. Yeah, he showed me.
What is it?
Can you know how soft?
I don't even know.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
3-year-old plywood.
Because you were skating with real wheels too.
I think he had big ones.
No, I skated it twice, and the first time it was like good enough to use normal wheels, and then the second time I went back, it was like towards the tail end of your
those ramps fluctuated,
and it was
like every 6 months.
He told me he's like, yeah, I thought it was really weird that the guy from the skate park had a Nike ramp. I was just like, this is weird.
Yeah,
this doesn't make any sense.
I was definitely confused.
I was dying when he told me.
You were living in the blur at that time. You weren't putting any of that together.
So
none of it. Like,
blurry. It was amazing.
I'm like, oh, this sick ass backyard ramp, whatever. You know?
Whatever.
And I was friends with your homie Ricky Holderby.
Yeah. So we were like the best. So it was like we had all these mutual friends, but it's cool that now we could kind of like it's like
it's fun.
It all tied back together to we're sitting here doing this.
It's crazy. Yeah, we had a friendship as like young teenagers, and then like now a friendship in this world.
But that's like supernatural because it's just like. Not supernatural, like
ghosts.
Like, no. It's like it's natural because like you guys just met at the skate park. You're like, oh yeah, cool, we'll skate together. Not like, oh, you're at the contest, I'm the filmer, you're the athlete. We need to get it. You know, it's just like
I just always imagine it was like you're sick, I'm sick, let's hang out like that.
Dude, everyone at Dallas skate park was sick. Yeah, there's so much fucking cool motherfuckers that came from the worst skate park ever. It's crazy.
It's because
Dallas
it felt more like a spot than a skate park. Yeah, so it's like I don't know. Yeah. All types of people hanging out there, but good times.
Yeah, I met a kid there today, and I was like, "How much do you come here, man?" He's like, "Every day." I was like, "Hell yeah!" It's like you got to see the park.
Dedicated.
Yeah, that's what Dallas skate park breeds.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
No,
there's a corner. Bad. There's a corner of like.
I think Trey would actually probably film a sick clip there. Yeah, he would find something sick to do.
Yeah. But then
let's go.
But then we started filming together because I think we had just like.
No, you you bought something from Chriselle's vintage store.
Oh, that's right. I bought something for Kelsey through her store.
That's your girlfriend or wife?
Yeah.
Wife's store. Like,
I had
bought had an Etsy, or I don't even know how the fuck you found it, but
I think that I had followed you just because of skateboarding.
Oh yeah,
because I had followed it, and then I bought something. And then you were hyped, and then we just kind of talked back and forth, and then you were like, "Hey, I'm actually coming to Florida next month on a trip." With Tom and Trey and Tim and a few other people, and we just kind of linked up, and that's like.
Then you kind of like because we went from Jacksonville to Orlando, and then I was like, "Do you want to like asked if you would show us around?" Basically,
yeah, because then some of the clips from Live Fast are when we met.
The first time we
like
met,
the Snake Run clip and the clip on the Dern's ramp, the big wooden ramp where like he follows me over the hip and stuff like that, and then
that was the first time I'd ever filmed BMX in my life, like.
Oh, so Trey was first, but this is before the Dennis video?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
I think it was right. We literally looked up. It was like within like a month.
I think it was like the same one. Maybe I did film Dennis's thing first, actually, and then it was like I went to Florida like the following month. But after that, it was like he told me when we were there. He's like, "Hey, there's this guy Corey Walsh." Like he
because it's right when Corey moved to San Diego.
He's like he's like our Grant Taylor or something. Like if there's anyone like that you're filming would like work with, it's this dude, you know. And so like I just like randomly just DM'd Corey. I'd never met him or anything. I was like, hey, like, I'm with Trey Jones, and he says like that I need to film with you, and then he's like, I'm actually moving to San Diego next week, and then it was like, holy shit, I was like, fuck it, let's go meet up,
and then that's a City Heights Bowl, and then that whole video started that you filmed with all those guys. That was
like basically like Trey just telling me to fucking cold call Corey.
Yeah, because I thought you knew all those dudes too, and you're like, this is the first time I filmed BMX maybe like since Trey, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought you were already friends with Chris and Corey, and
but it was so sick as Corey was like just had like a relatable mentality to like, you know, like me and like all of us like going to drain pools and just being so down to like go find shit and fucking drain it and like ride it, you know. So it was like cool to, you know, like it just like was something I was stoked on doing, and it was different and it was challenging to learn like to film something that I've never filmed before. But
it's pretty weird, like filming with someone who's so talented at filming, and you tell him what you're gonna do, and he goes, okay, so what's that? Like, you have to break it down.
Well, he's pretty good now. Like, I mean, we've been filming enough together now where it's like, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do a table in the deep end. He's like, all right, deck on top, underneath.
It's like learning a new language.
Yeah, like, or like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a no-hander, and I'm like, he's like, all right, fish has to be behind or in front. So like, you know, like he knows. I mean, especially my riding, like we know, and then I know how to like tell him something. I'm like, yeah, like back 3 over this. It'll be like something like a nose blunt on this. Like I can like kind of like decipher it, you know, to where he's like, all right, yeah, I got you. Like, you know, and he like kind of like competes
speak each other's language at this point now.
Yeah. Like, well, like I think I probably know a little bit more. Well, I don't know. We probably
a lot more.
What, skate tricks?
For sure.
Then you know bike tricks?
Yeah. What's an abubica?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, no way.
Blunt fakie.
Yeah,
no like, you know, like, but like,
that's how he would.
I would tell him.
He's like, he would never say a bubica. He would say, I'm going to do like a blunt fakie thing here.
What about a 360 can? You know that?
No.
When you stick your foot over the frame?
No.
You know it because you were like,
I know.
But see, like, I don't like.
You forget because I know you know that. He's
but
like,
I don't even like. But I don't even like try to like decipher it because it's just easier. Because if I can just be like, yeah, up here, like backside nose blunt,
it's more
here,
Corey than Trey because Corey doesn't know as much skating as Trey does. So like, Trey will say things more to me in skate language, whereas like Corey's the one that gives me shit all the time.
It's a language,
like, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's just easier. It's just easier that like I can just get the point across, and like, but he's also like we both learn from each other where he'll be like, how do you think I should film this? Or like, what is this? Like today we filmed a 360 lip slide on a quarter, and he's like, should I be like in front or behind? And I'm like,
side, so like a tire slide to 180.
Like 3 to fakie on a quarter, but with a lip slide in the middle, like tire slide in the middle of it.
So like a 540, but you at the 360.
No, 3 to fakie.
3 to
like,
fakie.
Go up the quarter, lip slide, fakie, and land backwards.
That's dope.
And he was like, well, you think I should be in front or behind? And I was like, behind would probably be better. And he's like, all right, got it.
Yeah.
But like Chris is like, all right, cool, ready. Like, and then we just do like one feeler of like where we're going. And he's like, all right, I got you. And I like I trust him now. I mean, I hit your camera today. But that was like, you know, but that's the first time, you know, like we're pretty good about.
I feel like you brought up the City Heights Bowl. That's a tight bowl. That's a tight deep end too. And I've seen some of the footage, and I'm like, I would die. Like even if I could just film it and run around. Yeah. Like run around like gimbal guy or something like that. Yeah. Like I would never feel comfortable being in that bowl
with Chris
fucking Fox.
The stallion dropping in as fast as he can and going, and he's just got it. Like I remember that. I was like, this is gonna be interesting if Chris can keep up with the bike rider, and he did it with Chris that day, and I was like, he's good.
Yeah. There's nobody else you have to pick.
You can follow Chris Fox in his tiny bowl. You're good to go. You got it.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I mean,
it's all timing though. You know, like all the follow lines are.
It's a puzzle piece, dude. Watching you put a line together.
You guys go way faster than skaters. Like, so it's like with a skater, when I'm following a skater, like I follow their exact line no matter what they do, and it's like that's why how I could just like drop in and do it in a contest or something. Yeah. Because like I just follow their run to a T, like the lines. Whereas you guys, you go so fast. Like someone like Chris Fox, it's like he could air a pocket away from me and come back to me so fast that like I don't have to do the same line that he's doing. Yeah. Like I could, you know, he goes there and then comes back, and it's like you guys go so much faster on the ground and way higher, so I could be farther away from you on the ground and catch up with you guys as you come down the transition, because that's like when it really matters, is like if we're coming down the wall at the same time, it's going to work for the next section. But
it's also like I've learned that we go from like stop to really fast to stop, like faster than you guys. You guys like have to take pumps in order to get to speed. Like today we filmed that line. I was like, I literally jumped into this bowl and I was like automatically going really fast, and then when I flew out, I was going really slow again. Where it's like with skating, it's more like steady pace.
This is Linda Vista, but.
So this is pretty much your first big BMX project, right?
My first ever, not even big, but just
well, it was big and dude, and you killed it, man.
BMX video.
You killed it with this. This was this was pretty much COVID.
Yo, like that's so crazy looking.
I mean, it's effectively a doubles routine. You just happen to be holding a camera. Yeah. You know, like...
Has anyone filmed a behind the scenes of you filming lines?
I know.
Can I please do that for our channel?
Indie video. The truck
yeah, I do. Okay. I have like a My Indies, and we kind of like went over all that.
This is the first clip we filmed.
Can we do that in the BMX world?
This is the first clip we ever filmed.
This is the first line we ever filmed.
Yeah, that was the day that I met you.
Yeah,
because you met us at that spot.
I met you guys at the pump track. To get a session, and this is like literally the first thing that we had filmed.
This is basically why I hit up Trey to show us around, because I'd seen him ride this thing, and I was like, "Fuck, we need to go there."
And then this was the second scene.
Yeah, that cat's gonna keep me on if you don't let her out. You know what's sick about one of my favorite things about you two hanging out together a lot is
Trey the most like I've probably almost got hurt filming BMX in my life. I don't even know if it's in here, but like
I think it's the next one, right?
Oh, you were like a little late.
I fell pumping over there's these like lines on the thing, so it's like my wheels hit that crack, and I went forward when he was doing the air.
Yeah,
just like scalp you
and
or something.
Literally like his front wheel stopped 2 centimeters from my nose on the ground, like, and I just screamed in the air when, like, the second I knew I was going to slam, and like, I think you said you had like,
I had just put brakes back on, so I literally was like in the air, and I kind of saw him eating shit, and I was like, all right, so I just kind of locked him up in the air and just went like right down to him at the bottom of the tranny. But
it was terrifying.
But we've never really hit from then on.
No, like, and that was like the closest call I've probably ever had. Like. Or Corey in this video
does it, or not Linda Vista, City Ice.
He like threw his bike all crazy and it almost landed on top of me, but
it's dope seeing like BMX stuff in your skate videos and skate stuff in like Trey's videos, and that's a cool thing about you guys hanging out a lot. It's like the spot mesh, you know. It's like you're seeing.
I mean, literally, like Chris has taken me. I mean, we rode pretty on this trip. I'm trying to think. Besides the street shit, I don't think that we rode a pool or a bowl that any bike has ever ridden before.
Yeah,
that's awesome
on this trip.
Yeah,
and that's all because of Chris. But it's because
it's a whole different world that you're like submerged into. Because BMXers always go to these things and skaters always go to these things. But when everyone hangs out, it's like you start.
But it's like
dabbling all over the place.
Like, and no offense to anybody that does, but like I'm not going to Linda Vista. I'm not gonna go there and film something. Yeah. I'm good. Like I'm not, like, if I've seen more than 2 clips from a spot, like I don't want to go. Like I'm chilling. Like I don't.
That's a cool way to look at things.
I just don't. I don't know. It's boring to me. Like I don't want to go ride. I don't want to go ride a spot that people ride.
Yeah.
Period. Like obviously, I go to spots that, I mean, we went to.
You don't want to go. You don't want to go film a video part.
Well, you found the man to film with them.
Yeah. I mean, like, but it's great because it's like whenever. I mean, we literally went up to LA the other day and like we showed up at a pool in Lance Mountains there, and I'm like, ooh, okay, like this is like.
Because you're a huge fan of skating, right?
I don't know. Well, it's just like I mean, it's fucking Lance Mountain. Like it's scary. Like I'm like,
to me,
I don't know.
I don't give a fuck. I'm like Lance Mountain. Who cares?
Well, it's like because it's like I know that this is a touchy subject. I know that this is like I'm showing up as a bike rider in a pool with all these dudes that have been that. Dude, I mean, this is the game you gotta play.
Yeah,
like
Lance Mountain doesn't give a fuck. I wouldn't think.
But it's like I don't know.
Probably like hell yeah.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that until I'm there. I'm respectful of the situation. That I'm like, all right. And then as soon as I drop in, we film a clip. He's hyped, and he's like fist bumping me, and that's like. But he saw that like I didn't come in hot, like grinding, coping, like flying around, like I don't care about like pool coping or whatever. But just like. For me, it's intimidating. Like I feel intimidated when I show up to a session. It's like
you're in their house essentially.
It's somebody, like a Lance Mountain. It's like, fuck, dude. Like that's a that's a gnarly dude to be on the deck with, you know, like, and not in a like a bragging way, like just me being intimidated to film something in that situation. But then it's like, as soon as like we get there, you know, like Ozzy, the guy that's showing us around, he's like, what are you gonna do, man? This is sick. Like, you know, he's hyped.
Yeah.
And then like everybody else sees that and they're like, oh, okay, this is sick. And then it's like, then I've just changed all their minds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they might have been stoked on BMX to begin with, but it's like, it's cool that it's like BMX was viewed as like, you know, Dave Mira. You know,
I think that group of people though would be like, you know, Lance Mountain. He's friends with. He knows what's up. He's not going to be someone that would ever hate on something.
You'd be surprised, man.
Really?
Like, yeah, you'd be surprised.
He was kind of like a nerd in skateboarding,
and not like in a hater way, but just like when me and Corey went and rode with those dudes in LA, like Chris was like, yeah, bring some BMX dudes, and they're like, oh, okay, cool. And then they see Corey ride a pool. They're like, I didn't know this existed.
Oh yeah,
the guy was literally like,
BMXers
I'm gonna get a blank shirt and write Corey fucking Walsh on it, and he's like, I don't care if no one knows who it is.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just like after seeing Corey ride a pool once, and he'd never seen a BMXer ride a backyard pool, and now it's like, you know, anytime I'm like, hit him up, like, hey, Trey's coming to town. Is it cool if we line up a day to get pools? And he's like super fucking down.
Yeah. But it's cool just
Corey
because
has that effect.
For sure.
I
and Trey, though, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's just like he said, I think like a lot of skaters have, you know, like I think at the time when skating and BMX was a lot together, it was like maybe like the Vans Warp Tour era.
Yeah.
And like those were like very BMX skate demo-y and stuff like this. And like those types of dudes like didn't necessarily like have the formula that skaters have, like the whole filming part and shooting photos thing. So it's like we were with Omar the other day and it's like
Hassan?
Yeah, Omar Hassan, and he would do all these demos. Like, who was he saying?
With Rick Thorne and
he's sick.
And those dudes. And he was like, no, you're way different. This isn't the same thing. Like, he's like, they just have this view of BMX of being, you know, 4 pegs, front brakes, just stuntmen. You know what I mean? Because that's what BMX was to the mainstream for so long. You know what I mean? Like, so when they see somebody show up and I'm just like carving and like just riding a bowl kind of similar to a skateboarder,
like for me,
they're like shocked. They're like, whoa, this is I've never seen. They're like, it's like a whole new thing.
Well,
like,
the way
like
they ride, like him and Corey and stuff, is more relatable to a skater. Like, it's not over the top, like flip, whip, fucking all this crazy shit. Like, you know, to a skater, it's like someone like Elliot, who is like a phenomenal skateboarder, but
Elliot
when you
Sloan.
see Elliot Sloan do like a tray flip Indy 360 over the Mega, it's like, that's crazy, but like it's not relatable to a lot of people. Whereas like when a skater sees like Corey fucking up these like Oregon parks that like every skater's seen forever, it's like they're like, whoa, what the fuck, that's crazy, you know? But it's like, because they're like riding in a I don't know, want to say dumbed down, but like, you know, it's like, it's just more like a simple way, and like they
like you
ride
said, Grant
these
Taylor
parks, exactly.
BMX. So it's like a Grant Taylor or Brandon Westgate as a BMXer. That's the people that I was always like, that's sick, because they skate one way. They don't really do a bunch of flip tricks. You're like, I understand that. Yeah, that's you and Corey and and
so and that helps like someone like Ozzy and like these other people that like haven't been around it, that are like these pool dudes or whatever. Like, they see them ride and they see him do it, like Corey alley-oop pocket like a square corner, and it's like, that's fucking insane looking to us, especially
because on a skateboard that's like
not possible at all.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like they see that and they're just like this guy Ozzy that we're talking about, he just has a bunch of pools in LA. Chris knows him. He's like really cool to show us around and stuff like that. But like, he helped building at Woodward in the early 90s, and he's like, do you know who Taj is? And I'm like, yeah, of course. He's like, that dude was crazy, man. I've never seen him ride vert, and he was like slam, and this isn't the same thing. Like, is this what people do now? Like, you know, because he's a almost 60-year-old skateboarder. He's not paying attention to the current BMX thing, you know. Like, but he's like, when he saw it and for his eyes, it was I don't know, he was just amazed, you know. Like, and it's. I'm not saying that like we need to earn the respect of old skateboarders. I'm not saying that at all. But it just opened up, for me personally, it's opened up a whole new world.
And I think like just
what
like
we can film on, which is really cool. Yeah, you know, like that's like I said, I don't want to go to Linda Vista and film a clip. Like, I don't want to go to OB and film a clip. Like, I'm not that good to begin with, so I can't go and film shit at places like that. That's like, I need to go, but it's like I feel more comfortable in an environment where it's just me, Chris, in a pool. Like, I feel way more comfortable in that environment where, like, I can just, like, think and, like, have no outside BMX influence whatsoever. And not even saying the skateboarding influence, but just, like, nobody's influence at all. It's just me and this pool and, like, figuring out what I can do. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely one of the most unfun things about filming is, like, calling people and be like, what's been done at this spot? Can I do this? Can I do that? And, like, it sucks worrying about that stuff. I mean, that's San Diego. You know?
It's not even the difficult part. It's just, like, it's not appeasing to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I don't enjoy seeing clips of people when it's a place that everybody's been to.
Yeah.
I just don't enjoy that, and I don't want to produce content.
Is it like mutually beneficial? Like, obviously you get brand new spots, but then you also can take them to spots that have been like wrecked by a crew of skaters and it's all brand new.
I mean, and it's honestly, it's just so sick because it's like, I mean, when we went to that bowl in Ohio with Corey and everyone, that was
at the beginning of this, right?
Like, yeah, and that whole thing like was literally me and Corey working together to make that happen, you know, like, and it was like Corey had gotten the connections to like get the girl's number that runs the property, and it was like, then they found out that they were BMXers and they weren't like super down. It's not that they weren't down, they just started to get back to Corey less. And so then I hit up Red, who built this thing at Dreamland, and I got a contact for some dude that had helped them explain the situation. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're down. So it was like both of our worlds like kind of made this whole thing even work and be possible. And then while we're there, like, all these dudes would be ripping so hard, like Matt and Corey and Chris and everyone, that like the skaters would start stealing their lines.
Yeah.
Like, and being like, holy shit, that channel's possible. Holy shit. Like, where it was like the whole time there was like everyone was feeding off each other and learning from each other, and it's like,
so it was a skate trip at the same time as
this? I mean, I just like,
well, hold on, I guess rewind. What is this park?
Is it a park? Or is it like
that's
so hard to even explain.
Is
it was built to be
a pool for elephants or something like that? What is it?
Yeah, it looks like it could be something for polar bears at a zoo.
Right.
Gucci, I guess, commissioned the homeowner to create a movie for them. They do like avant-garde films and.
In Ohio?
Yeah.
But you fucking lost me already.
Yeah.
Gucci hire.
This is how Corey got. I mean, this was Corey's side of figuring it out.
Okay, hold on. We could just get a glimpse of that thing. And then what's the deepest quarter? Just like 15 or something? 16. Jesus Christ.
And so Corey, figured all this out.
An avant-garde movie.
Out there. And they wanted to build the plot of the story of the movie. Was that these people build this water park in the middle of nowhere, and they're trying to get people to go to that's what the movie's about. I have not seen it. Corey has, but pretty much that was the whole water park. So they would fill the bottom part, the super deep part, with water, and then they tarped the entire thing, and they would like go down that like one where there's like the stairs, like they'd go down that waterfall on like a slide or like a inner tube, and then hit the corner, and then like down the other waterfall, and then into the deep end. And the only reason it's made to skate was because, that's how the skate park builders got commissioned to do it, was because no other concrete company would do it for less than $1 million, and that was their budget. And then somehow she had gotten word from someone like, maybe you should hit up a skate park company, and Dreamland got hit up, and then they were down. And so like, it wasn't even meant to be skated. The lady actually isn't hyped that they made it skatable, because now it's like
a destination.
People hit her up all the time or whatever, and it was like kind of a gnarly one. It had like 9 feet of water in it, and we had to like Vans sent out a bunch of shoes to the locals to like get it drained for us, so that, because we only had a couple days there. It was like a whole gnarly thing, but like that was like, skating and BMXing. Like,
do you know the name of the movie?
Happen? No, I don't.
Gucci avant-garde pool.
I got COVID the day before and I couldn't go.
I was gonna say you didn't go.
I got COVID the day before and I couldn't go.
And then when we were there, we found out, we didn't even know that Skatopia was like 30 minutes from this place. Like, we literally went to Ohio just for this thing, and then one of the locals like saw us on Instagram and was like, hey, like Skatopia is down the street. Do you guys want to go? And I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think maybe people have ridden there on a bike before, but definitely not like how we got to film in there, And it was like, that was just like pure coincidence. But like,
the guy is the guy that owned it or ran it. He's still in jail. Yeah.
So like, it was just like his
guilty or not guilty.
I don't even know. Who knows about that? But it was just sick to like.
I think it's murder.
Back
right?
to like getting.
Is it murder? Sorry, I don't. I tried to watch that documentary that exists, and I couldn't find it.
So
it's
what is Skatopia? It's something that some dude.
It's 80 Acres of Anarchy. Yeah. That's the name of the documentary.
How do they get the money to make all this stuff?
It's over time for sure.
Okay, there's a documentary.
The guy's in jail.
That's how deep the story is.
Yeah. So it's just like they just build and build and build, and then they had like a huge event, like a 3-day event there every year, and then that's how I think they'd like make a bunch of money to build a new bowl there. I mean, like when we were there, we looked up the cost of the property. Shit looks amazing. It was like $30,000 or something for the 80 acres. Like it's fucking out there. Like
wait, $30,000 to buy the plot of land?
The 80 acres when they bought it. Like you could see like what it was last purchased for. You know,
that's amazing.
But all the shit's just there in a bunch of barns.
That waterfall is
like a Civic, dude.
Wasn't it a level in the Tony Hawk game?
Yeah,
I
think so.
So they got some money for that.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know what I mean? And like, I'm sure the documentary probably like they just like get money here and there.
Yeah.
But they definitely like had this thing. This like they're notorious for this called the shakedown, and they just like would lock the gate and not let you leave until everyone in the van gave them money. And then they let them out. So it's a gnarly place. It's definitely not like the sickest dude running it or anything like that.
Start doing that on my
It's like the nicest like non-compliment. It's definitely not the sickest guy.
But I mean, the place.
It is legendary though, and it's cool that like, especially of all people to go, like obviously Corey and Chris and Matt. You know, like this is insane. God.
And then like this is all outdoors, so this is on top of a hill. It's like a crazy fucking concrete bowl, but it was
still
like,
on scale.
Look at the clouds. Like it was like we were just like fighting the rain the whole time though. So Corey didn't get to juice it as hard as he really wanted to, but it was still insane.
I'm so bummed I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
So bummed.
Trey was so bummed when you weren't even that bummed when you found out you couldn't go until you found out Skatopia was near us, and then you were.
I know. I was like, 16-foot bull. Well, Corey's gonna destroy that. I think I'm good. And then you guys went to Skatopia. I was like, what? No.
Yeah, that's fun. Understandable.
What do you think filming with Jason Watts? He came into town and filmed a whole part.
Jason,
in days,
he's just like the funniest human ever. So it's like he's the shit, and it's like.
I feel like he's
his writing's
in the skate world, like,
but it's like a lot. He does a lot more shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
But as a human being,
like the first day, like I know now it's called a decade, right?
Yeah.
But it was like that over the Memorial Bowl. You know, I'm just like he's trying to explain to me what he's doing. I'm like literally, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Film the channel,
you know? Yeah. But that's when it gets hard because it's like.
Torn PCL right there.
When it's
there's the fall you were talking about right there.
See, and this is when the bike almost hit me, but it hit him instead. But yeah, this is where he fucked his knee up.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Not good.
This is where I fell.
This is where I almost the fall.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that shit was crazy. But Jason's just like, it was harder to understand what he wanted to film for me, especially. I mean, now I know a little more, but.
I love him. He reminds me of all my skater friends growing up.
I'm like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll just be behind you.
Could you imagine filming a line and rolling into that bowl on a skateboard?
Put my fucking Heelys on, shoot down that quarter. No, definitely not. I mean, even with the gimbal, I mean, I've watched Chris. Really, I've only watched you kind of film at like X Games stuff or whatever, and then it's like you have stuff where it's. You know, you're following Pat, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to film Larry. And then Larry, like, he would go over the lip to lip, and you could see Chris go, oh my God, I have fucked up so bad because Larry just goes 4 feet higher and just pulls up, and it's like, it's just nuanced stuff. And I'm like, I would die. There's me and Dennis had filmed there at Pat's or whatever. And so like I had already done a line where I did that same, like, I think he did. I don't know. Same cruise through.
You did like that alley oop out of the pocket, but it was like I'd basically been there with Pat and Dennis only and filmed them there previous to that, so I knew what I was getting into. You know. Yeah. But then like because you're not necessarily familiar with everybody, that's like somebody like Larry throws a curveball, and then it was like it was definitely close because you were like going over, and he was still coming down. You know. But that's like what I was saying. The timing, like I know that it works that way. Like especially filming the BMXers, like I can be like going up and down at the same time because of the speed. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely like intense
on like a
trying to rip his handlebars off every time.
Yeah, he's intense.
Fucking lit, dude.
Can't wait for him to be healthy again.
I think he's getting there.
He's getting there. Cruised OB the other day, I think. But on a technical aspect for the filmers out there, what, like, I know you have the Komodo, but what do you film? Like, are you using that for Trey's part too?
Yep, the whole thing's filmed on the red.
The 8-15.
Yeah, I have the red Komodo with the 8-15 Canon 8-15, and then I have like a speed booster to get a wider fisheye look or whatever, and then I just use like a $40 Rode mic because it's like any shotgun mic just like gets in the way of the footage when I'm doing like follow stuff, and then. Yeah, I mean, I have like a 70-200 and 50 millimeter, but that's pretty much all that I have. And then I have my camera I used to use, like that I filmed the Fast and Loose or the Live Fast one, was a Sony A7S II. And I used to use like a Rockinon 8 millimeter because it would get hit so much and they're just cheaper. But now with the red, it's like.
Might as well step up,
15, you know.
Do you have like a lo-fi one where you're like, this isn't really worth the risk type setup, or no?
No.
Damn.
And I mean, like, I kind of like when I got the red, I was like, I'm gonna be picky, and when I use it, but then it's like I see how much better it looks. I'm like, fuck, I just gotta film everything with this. Like,
and most of the time, it's just one camera. Just like one angle, that's it.
Oh yeah,
like,
I mean that makes sense.
Like, because obviously I grew up filming with Chadwick, so it was like. He was always 2 angles for everything, tripod fish, or like a tripod, and then filming something fish. But film with Chris is way different because it's just like everything's lit red, you know. So it's like we can't really set up like a second angle, or it's like you have to do it again or whatever. But it's fine because it's like I know that going into it, you know, of like how we're gonna do shit, So
that's like when we do a line, it'll be like we'll film the follow line first. And then try to figure out after like what B-rolls and like what we could use to cut, like if it's like redo the last trick of the line or do the first trick again and film it long lens, and then like, or this like lead in would look cool, like. So it's like because it's like also with lighting, it's like if you do all the B-roll shit before they land it, you never know if the lighting's gonna match
up,
by the time they make it. So it's like I usually do it in like reverse or whatever, and like film the line first, and then like. Because it is usually just me and one camera, so it's like I try to, then it's like make like something more out of it, make it look like it wasn't just one angle for the trick, No,
it makes sense. I guess from so you've done mostly Vans projects right now, right?
As far as BMX stuff goes.
What you guys are working on a Vans project now. What's the gist of it?
I mean, it was kind of like this video finished, and then it was like the Live Fast one, and then it was just like whatever. Me and Trey are just good homies, so it was fun to do something. I think we did like whatever. We did
that Sabrosa part together, and then we were like, okay, well, what are we gonna do now?
Oh, then we did the introducing a cult thing.
Oh yeah, and then he filmed all the intro to cult stuff, but
because they didn't want them to film it.
I didn't want to film it with Vish because we didn't want it to like leak. Before they didn't want me to be out here with just filming with Vish because
he
didn't want to raise we didn't want to raise eyebrows at all before, so I came out here and I filmed it with Chris, and then Vish cut it up.
Okay.
So and then once we got done with that, then it was like, okay, now what do we do? And Chris knows Mapstone from the skate world, obviously, so they're super close, and Chris kind of was just like, hey, I want to film a part with Trey, like. Are you down? And Mapstone was like, yeah, sure. Like, because it was right after all this stuff came out, and obviously proved proof of concept, because it was kind of going the Live Fast thing. You were just filming.
That's another
like he was just filming, and like it wasn't like you're getting contractually obligated to film this. It was just like he was just filming it for fun, you know. And it was like, hey, I have all this footage. Like, maybe we can make something out of it. And it just kind of turned into that, like to where we just kind of filled some gaps. And then once it was proof of concept, like Mapstone and Colin trusted him, where it was like, oh shit, like. This actually works, this is kind of cool, so like then we were just like, hey, we can film a Vans part, and
now I mean, it's cool because we kind of just like only do it on trips, so it's like the first filming trip he came here and we went to SAC Sacramento for a week and had like this dude Jayworth who has a bunch of pools up there like show us around, and
another dual action sports athlete.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
If you want to call
Ripper
it.
of the bike.
Yeah.
So like
I was just looking at their trail Instagram the other day, like Swishwoods or whatever it is. Dude, it's so fucking wild.
Yeah, we went there.
Have you seen that?
It was sick.
I know that dude they're talking about. He rides like dirt jump bikes.
Yeah. He's sick.
Yeah.
So like we went to Sac for a week, and then I went to Swampfest after that, and we filmed like a good amount of shit at his house and like around Florida, and then
we got a few clips on the course.
Yeah, so like we have some like footage from Swampfest, and
did you jump the bull?
What no, bull? Well, this is the year before.
We have 2 years before.
All right, sorry.
But then we filmed something on the bull.
We have 2 years of Swampfest clips that people haven't seen like that from before the event starts or whatever.
Yeah,
and then I went back out there, I think, another time, and then we went to.
You were in Miami for the Rockstar thing, and then I came and I picked him up and brought him to Florida, and then we went and filmed some stuff on. I'm not gonna say where or when, but it was after a hurricane, and there was a bunch of spots, and we filmed a bunch of shit on that.
Pretty much, like, this shit was too insane that it was like I just had to get out there to film him ride this stuff, like
hurricane damage,
because it was just like not gonna be there for long or anything. So like all that will be like a pretty big part of this part, and then. What else? Then I had to
Swampfest again.
Yeah, and no, the Thrasher trip.
Oh, the Thrasher trip.
I had to do like a Thrasher like trip to Texas for a week, and he just came along or whatever for it. And so we have like a bunch. Dak sent him like a bunch of spots in Houston from when he was there filming his part, and then so we got a bunch of shit out there, and then now we're here. And then we want to go to Kansas City and something like in St. Louis. And then I think the part will come out in August for sure.
Crazy. So. I mean, it sounds.
But it's cool because it's like, it's for me who it's like I'm kind of used to like sticking with a skater, and it's like them living in California, and it's like you just meet up with them all the time to film, that's kind of how like the parts are filmed. But this has been like since we live on opposite sides of America, we just like film when we can, and like whatever trips like line up that work that we could both do, or like. If I could piggyback something else or whatever it is. And then obviously Swampfest, like now that we're like, I'm kind of helping a little bring
Chris is the head of skateboard stuff.
Stuff into it. So
yeah, the video part sounds awesome. I guess I remember the sack stuff that you like now that you brought it up, but like, damn, yeah, you guys been going at it for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
So, you guys got some footy.
Yeah.
Just today I was like, dude, this part's going to be like 20 minutes long. Well, just because we have so many crazy follow lines at like spots that are like we went to this one in Austin that was like, you could go, like there's like all this stuff in this hangar and then like a crazy concrete DIY on the outside. And it's like, but there's this big grass patch, so no skater has ever been able to go from the inside and to the outside stuff. But it's like, I was just like running across the fucking grass and threw my board down or whatever. But it's like, we have just like lines that are just like so crazy, or like lengthwise too, So it's cool.
When we were talking about the camera setup, I was like, I have one more question. I forgot it. It was the stabilization in post.
Yeah.
Do you ever hit it with any?
Usually
you have to a little bit,
sure.
Right?
I mean,
because you're literally just handheld.
Yeah, I don't have a gimbal. Yeah. I don't have anything like that. But it's like, usually, I mean, like, I still like it to look real.
Yeah.
Like, I would never, like, stabilize a clip to where, like, the normal eye would really see any warp or anything like that. Like, for people that know, it's like, I'll never do more than 2% on it. And it's, like, usually just to get, like, a little bit, like, if I'm rolling into a bowl or, like, something that's, like, kind of hectic that I have to do on my board where it's, like, I'm not worried about what the hell the camera's doing. Like, those
survival,
are things we'll just, like, fix or whatever. And then... Like I also add like a fake VIG when I do that because it like you lose the VIG, the vignette when you like.
Interesting.
When a clip like gets cropped in, and it's like for me it's just the classic just look I grew up on,
So like is this fake?
Those are fake VIGs.
Yeah, you sneaky fuck.
Yeah.
I never even thought about that. It's just a little mask thing, huh?
It's literally just like a PNG photo or whatever.
But it is crazy, like
because for the people that don't know, when you do a stabilization, it'll make that bounce around and come in and out, etc. So
yeah, like if you use it on the real camera, or like if the natural VIG is warped, it starts there's movement to it, so it just looks better that way.
But it is crazy, like how minimal, like for how like crazy this shit is, like him rolling in the bowls and stuff like that, and it being filmed on a red, how simplistic it is. Chris almost, like when we go out, he doesn't put his camera in his bag. Like he's like literally has the camera out with the fish on it and literally stays like that.
It must trip like normal people out that you're like.
Yeah, I literally sent him a photo. I sent him a photo when he was in Florida. We were filming something on the beach and Chris had his camera, a red with the fish on it, like just sitting on the ground, like on top of a t-shirt in the sand. And I sent it to Chadwick and he was just like, this is literally freaking me the fuck out right now. Like seeing that. But it works. Like, you know, it works and it's simple. You know?
It's the Komodo, which is like the consumer red or something, the intro red. So it's only like 9 or 10 grand.
$6,000 for the body. Yeah. Which like if anyone knows anything about reds, it's like those.
Is it $6,000 only?
Yeah,
wow,
$6,000 for the body. It's pretty affordable.
As much as Skatopia.
They're like it's honestly one of the best cameras. Like I mean, it just has so much for the size of it and what you could do with it. Yeah. It's literally insane. You know, like I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, and it's like I'm a 100% advocate of this camera. Like if you're gonna spend money on a cinema camera, like it's affordable, and I
have the orange camera.
The orange?
Yeah.
What's that one?
The Z-Cam one.
Oh,
yeah,
those box cameras.
Orange cam, I like
the orange box.
People are like, is that a red? I'm like, nah, it's an orange camera.
I mean, like I said, I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
It's really fun. So
it's
filmers.
I think I mean, we just did Dennis wasn't here, so nobody can back me up on this, but we had Grant C, who's a BMX filmer, and he's gone through 3 fisheyes in the last 6 months or something like that. And it's like
getting busted.
$900 a pop. You know, like one was at Swampfest, somebody threw water at him like a friend, and he flinched and like moved the camera out of the way, and there was a screw right there, and just scratched, and that was one of them. That's amazing. Like it was like
that's a casualty I haven't heard about at Swampfest. That's sick.
I mean,
I definitely looked at Chris a few times, and he was just like had a shirt, and he was just like just wiping the lens. Like,
my camera now because the red has like fans in it. So it's like there's sides, and it's like when I got out for Swampfest, I just blew into it, and it was literally a dust cloud out of the other side. Like I was like, and it was just like.
I have a different. I have from for the long drunk contest 2 years ago on my monitor, like, and still has like mud on the back of it, and I'm afraid to clean it out. I feel like it's there. Like if I move it around, it's gonna go inside.
It's not a red, it's a mud.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like leave it there. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna mess with it. And it's like I don't clean. I'm like it works. I'm not gonna fuck with it. Yeah. You know? Like that's like I have a don't ever clean a camera. Like I don't ever clean a camera. People should clean their cameras.
I'm not big. I mean, whatever. I think these reds are like pretty durable.
And I think when you know you're filming Swampfest and you're filming bike riding and you're filming skating, it's like it's gonna happen. It's gonna be disposable.
It today pretty hard. Yeah. And he's like, oh, it's fine. It's like Rank just turned it and like just kept going. Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. So. Very funny. Swampfest.
What's that?
How was it?
What do you want to know?
How was it? 2023. Dennis didn't go.
Dennis, what the fuck,
well.
dude?
Yo, I'm coming. I'm literally building a Swampfest bike so I can do everything.
I want to go and I board with the big wheels so you could fucking come and skate and ride.
Yeah, backtail something, dude.
Come on.
There's nothing to backtail in for me.
Hey, you can dolly back disaster one of the quarter pipes.
The swamp rail and done.
No, you'll get a clip of the next Thrasher video next year skating.
All right. Got my nollie big spins on.
You and Dylan Whitking can compete for like the best for the doubles and Gravette, I guess too. Yeah. Mountain bike days.
Yeah. That'd be all right. There's 3 of us in the comp.
Yeah.
Devin Smiley if he goes.
I mean, David Gravette is pretty. He's got a lot on both. I mean, he like almost.
You think Gravette's better than me at bikes than I am at skating? I think I could take him in that category.
I don't know.
I think I'm better than him.
And he can backflip. He wanted to backflip
so what?
out of the castle.
He's so fired up.
Back disaster, same thing.
Well, back disaster ain't the start of it, dude.
Yeah, Dennis can nollie big spin back D, which like is a fucking real ass hard trick. Like I don't know, like how hard the trick events are really doing, you know. Like, but I back that he loves it. It's sick, you know.
I got mini ramp tricks.
But I want to know, what do you guys think from like the outside?
Just kidding.
Like before I say anything, like I'm always
been, so he's definitely
what did it look like from the outside? Because
I've lived every Swampfest vicariously through the internet, and I fucking love it. I love it. It's so good. There was one that I almost was gonna go to, and that was the one that looked like it sucked.
Yeah,
the one before that looked like it didn't look like it sucked, but it looked different. I was like, oh no,
it sucked. That was the worst day of my life.
Really good again. This next one, and I'm not missing the next one.
Yeah,
as long as it doesn't rain again. Can we promise that?
Yeah, it's Florida.
The weather was perfect.
Part of it.
Yeah. But didn't that one kind of happen in a rainy time or something? And then this last one was more.
Yeah, it was like the one that you're talking about was in April or something.
Yeah, I changed the date
because there was a reason.
That's why I pushed it back, because it was in April and it rained, so I pushed it back to February, and it was this year was February. And it was way better, but
this year looked amazing. I was like, there's no way I'm missing this shit again.
Well, how many have you done so far? Like, I mean, there's 5?
Hold on, let me think. The Geneva one, 2 Asatula ones, and 3 Spider ones, so 6.
6, okay, yeah. Congrats on that. That's fucking huge. 6 years of a fucking event.
Give me gray hair. I literally have gray hair beside me.
Welcome to the fucking club.
Yeah, I'm only 30 years old though, so it's a little different.
That means you're doing sick shit.
I think I had him.
It's brutal, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's rough. Yeah. Like it's definitely taking years off my life. Like I feel like a shitload
of money off of each one, so it's fine. Isn't that what's happening?
Yeah, I wish. Like
every swamp is Trey got a new house.
Yeah. I would wish. Yeah.
That's bullshit. Haters.
From a real answer, from my perspective, I felt like obviously I think the hype leading into the event maybe wasn't there as much as it had been in the previous year, into this year, as much as it had been previous years.
From my end, or from just everybody's end?
Just, I mean, from the ether, the internet.
I think because like the one before it was like, ooh, what happened? Yeah. You know, it changed. And then this one was like, best one ever.
Yeah, raging.
This one, I was like, I don't
know. I
couldn't stop watching the shit.
I don't know. I think maybe you guys were just not posting as much before, or maybe like Big Boy, so you didn't have all the content of all the random bullshit or something, because he was off doing his thing.
Yeah.
And then, but I mean, I think the contest fucking delivered. Obviously, like,
looked just amazing.
You guys, it was the biggest, the best, and I think the attendance wise it looked huge, and I think obstacle wise, like, I feel like Swampfest always fluctuates. It goes, well, prior to this year it was like fucking danger and nothing else to ride, and then there'd be like a bunch of stuff but a little less, like a bunch of stuff for everybody to ride but less danger.
That's true.
And then it would fluctuate. You're like, no, next year now we need more danger, and then it'd be like, and this year it had everything. It seemed like it had a lot of everything, and everything was like, I think because the skaters were there, everything was like more dialed than it has been in previous years.
Yeah,
that's my take.
Well, it's like, it's hard because it's like Did you
bring up your own soda?
Yeah. Wow. I always got just warm ass fucking sparkling waters in my car.
All right.
But
feel how warm it is.
Orange cream though, that's worth it.
I don't know.
That shit was in a leather jacket.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing's probably 87 degrees.
But I don't have a handbook. I don't have anybody telling me what's the best move. Yeah. Like, I'm just making this shit up as I go. Like, and just figuring it out every year of like, okay, that doesn't work. This works. People like this. People don't like this. I'm like learning every year of like how do I make it better? You know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm not the guy that's gonna make excuses of like, oh well, it's not because it rained. It's not my fault. I'm like, no, it was not good. Yes, it was out of my control, but I understand exactly what's going on and how do we fix that and how do we move along. And it's I
commend you because you guys pulled it together that year. It was
brutal, man.
It was brutal, but from for me on the dude, I probably would have just gave up. I think most people would have given up.
You got 1,000 people flying from all over the world. You got to give them your money's worth.
Yeah.
Like there is no other option.
Yeah.
They are showing up.
Yeah.
The show has to go on.
Yeah.
No matter what. I like, and I'm not saying that in a sympathetic way or like, you know, feel bad for me. I had to work so hard. Like that was just the situation. Like that was just what went on. Like I was out there. When I do the build, I stay on site for 1 month. I stay on site for 1 month in a camper. I do not go. I go home maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and we were building the entire time. Like, I mean, we had so much shit planned, like, and it was all coming together. Thursday before the event, we tore it all down and moved inside.
Oh yeah.
Like year, you know, like it was not. And like when you're building,
that's crazy.
If anybody's built like if anybody's built a sketchy ramp, they're not meant to be moved. Yeah. Those things were built in place. This is the position they're staying in.
Single use only.
When you hit it when you get a skid steer under it and you move it and it's wobbling, it falls apart.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It has to happen. Yeah. Like the show has to go on. And I remember meeting with Jason, like, because Jason and Corey and all of them were there the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but like weeks out. And Jason's like, yo, what do you want to do? Like, it's calling 100% chance of rain on Saturday. And I was just like, I don't know what to do. Like, we had tugged that tunnel. We had done so much shit. Yeah. Like, and I was like, dude, this thing's gonna fill with water. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna do it? Odyssey paid for this. I gotta give them their money's worth. How am I getting, like, it was just so much. Like, that I was just like, I was crumbling. I was literally like so stressed. And Jason's like, mate, like, I got you. Like, what do we get? Like, and I was like, yo, Friday morning, 6 a.m., we're meeting here. We're taking every single thing that we can and putting it in that building. People are like, well, it might be dry. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It might be dry, but it doesn't matter. We have to move the obstacles to where they can be rideable on Saturday. People have to get something out of this. Like, even if it's not what I want it to be, like, it has to be something.
There you go.
Like,
so no one even got to see that month-long creation.
No, like, you know, like we
that's
literally
why I'm
did,
like, oh, that one looked like it sucked, but to you, you're like, there was something
literally
that was supposed to happen. A storm came.
Yeah, like literally, this is me. Literally, like, we were like bucketing water out of this tunnel because what happened was I was like, okay, well, let me look at that. It was a disaster. That's skate light. That's like literally that's skate light, and it's literally under like 6 inches of mud, like, and what we did was the obstacles we couldn't move inside, like the tunnel and the bowl. We just did it on Friday because it had poured ass rain on Thursday. That's what they're cleaning up, and then Friday we did the BSD tire ride, we did the fast and loose bowl, and we did the tunnel because I couldn't move those. So we just ran those on Friday, and then we did the rest of the shit on.
I remember.
Saturday.
Is this the right year?
My girlfriend doesn't give a shit about anything in BMX, but she's like, we're gonna go to Swampfest together. She's like, that looks so fun because I'm always watching it, and she's like, can we go to that? Like, that's the one thing. She's like, we gotta go to Swampfest. I want to watch that. It looks fun as fuck.
That's awesome. That's sick, and it's like
it's grabbing other people's attention. You know, like a bike rider. Duh, we all watch it, but like, my girl doesn't give a fuck about BMX. She's literally like, that looks fun.
I mean, this year I was shocked by the amount of like normal people there, like normal YouTubers. You know what I mean? Like, YouTubers that like somebody
fucking sick.
But it's like that wasn't even the goal. Like, my goal wasn't to like get the guy from, you know, I don't know if you guys know what Juke Squad is, but it's like this huge YouTube channel. The guy, like, and he doesn't even ride BMX or anything, and he was there, and I'm like, that's.
Well, yeah, there was,
because it's a sick thing.
Like, it's like, but it's
well, they
cool.
see. I mean, they have to see like, oh, this is good for the channel, like that type of thing. You know, like,
I understand it.
Well, that's why
I understand why they're coming out. I understand it. But like, I wasn't like, I need to build something cool, so these normal YouTubers come out. That wasn't that wasn't even a thought in my head. Like, it just happened that way. Like, and it was like,
well, it's like you were telling me. It's like something happens one year, and then you're like, all right, I have to do that again. Yeah. Like the first time the fire happened, then it's like, all right, this is a thing now. So I have to burn it all down. You know,
it's burning like, BMX.
Like it just builds itself.
Well, it's like now that we poured concrete, it's like, well, now we got to do a bowl again. Awesome.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta pour a bowl, you know, or like, you know, I did the castle. I'm like, we gotta make something big again this year. I'm not gonna put out what it is, but I have an idea for something big, like a big structure, like a castle to build, to where I'm like, now we have to, but
Cape
going back to that,
rocket.
like I was saying, I learn every year, to where it's like, the castle was just like a theme where an idea where Dave was like, yo, we should build a castle. And I was like, all right, but why? He's like, yeah, we could like climb up in it. We could like, we can make the outside like rideable, like tranny. And I was like, oh, that's a good idea. That'd be cool. And then he's like, we could do a moat around it. And I was like, we could do a jump over the moat. And then it could go, and he's like, yeah, then we could do a tunnel going through it. And it just kind of just like freestyles to where then we start building it and we're like, whoa, dude, this thing's pretty big. Like, I didn't think it was going to be this crazy, but then it's like, oh, that was a good idea. We need to do that next year, or build something next year. But it's like, I'm just learning as I go of like what people are stoked on and what people are not stoked on. People don't want to die.
Yeah.
I'm learning that I don't need to build a 17-foot tall curved wall ride that one person's going to do.
Yeah.
I don't need to build a 40-foot, handrail. I don't need to build stuff like that because people don't like that.
People can all get involved in. As many people as they want can get involved in that aren't going to die. Like that's it's like a fine medium.
Yeah. That's what I even built to bring in the skate obstacles. Like
people want to go.
I wanted it. It was hard because it was like that's
almost
my head was like Swampfest is gnarly.
They want to watch people die.
Yes,
not die themselves.
Something that they can have fun on, but someone can die.
Yeah.
Like that's like the die.
But with
the skate shit, I was like, I had to make it for everyone in a sense because I just didn't want it to be like we didn't know.
So this was the first skate one, right? Because the year before you brought people.
Yeah, but we just like and like Corey and Jason made the bowl like skateable, but
so this is your first touch on it.
It was wild.
Where you actually had your side of things.
Yeah.
So you're just starting. Trey's like 6 years deep, and
But he's 6 years of knowledge deep, and like we were able to like be like, oh, okay, the swamp rail's a thing. Like we should do a skate swamp rail. Like it can't be probably as fucked as the BMX one, but like this year we learned like some dude can do the big one on a board. So we're like, okay, maybe it can be.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that it's like it's all trial and error. Like it's all everything that we do with Swampfest is all trial and error. Yeah. Of like, could we build a tunnel? How could we do this? How can we go underground? Like I literally sorry to Nuno at Odyssey for saying this, but I pitched him the Odyssey thing. I was like, I want to build a tunnel. And Taj responded to the email and said, it's not possible because the tunnel will have to be so big.
Yeah.
And Nuno was like, what do you think? And I was like, it's possible.
It's like Florida, baby.
I was like, I'm not going to build you guys something that's not possible. Like I'll do it. And then we built it and he was like, that was awesome. Like he was stoked. You know what I mean? Like to where it was just like, but it was like I didn't know if that was gonna work, but once I built the tunnel, people were like, you went underground, that's insane. And I was like, oh cool, people like this. People like the underground thing. Like, okay, how do we do that? Well, let's take the roller coaster rail and we'll do the jump into the tunnel. And it's like, oh, that's cool. So then it's like, then we just start combining ideas. Like I learned that the roller coaster rail thing is really easy. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's kind of crazy, but it's very easy. People can get involved. People can do it. So I'm like, okay, like finding that balance of like, what does somebody see? And they're like, that is so sick. That is insane. Like without even seeing anybody ride it, like the castle, like the roller coaster rail, like the tunnel, all those things. It's like there's enough, 8-stair rails at the contest. There's enough. Like I don't like that. That's not our alley. Like I'm here to do. I'm anti BMX. Like I want to be an anti.
I feel like that was never BMX. That was us having to use recycled skate courses. So we always had those goddamn 8-stair rails.
But it's like this event is like
20-stair rails.
It's I don't want it to be easy. Like it is hard.
Yeah,
you can die.
Rail.
It can rain. The weather is rough. It is hot. It is in the mud. It's on shitty plywood. Like
should build El Toro into the mud.
Well, like there's definitely
floating plywood. Like that's the landing. Yeah.
There's definitely points where I'm sure you're building it and you're like, all right, that's good enough. We could keep going. You're like, we're just that's good enough.
But it's but it's also like that castle would have been twice as tall if I knew how to do that. That was literally we were maxing out. I know you weren't there, but that thing was tall.
Yeah, it was fucking tall.
It was 45 feet tall. But that was because we were the first level was 12 feet.
The Burning Man of BMX.
And then the next one was 8 foot. And the next one was 8 foot. And then the next one was, I don't know, another 6 foot. But it's when we got up high, I was like, could we fit another one? And Dave's like, dude, there's no way. Like we literally can't go higher. I'm like, okay, this is good enough, but it's like we're only limited to like what we know, like I'm not Ryan Corrigan, I'm not a professional ramp builder, but
you're
like
Elon Musk of BMX, man. You're changing the
I don't know if that's a compliment or
it is, dude. You're digging tunnels, you're building new shit.
Elon Musk or something like that.
But no, it's just like I just want to make cool shit, like I like
you are, dude.
And like this might be polarizing.
Look at you go.
But this might be
my first one.
This might be polarizing, but like
I don't. One when I'm on my fifth one.
I don't like a lot of shit in BMX. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Like I love bike riding. It's my soul. It's in my DNA. But I don't like most of the shit going on. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean?
I know. Street contests on 6-stair rails.
No, I know everybody's got their alley. Everybody's got their thing, and everybody's entitled to do what they want to do, and that's awesome. But it's just not my cup of tea. Like I don't see much that I enjoy. You know what I mean? So Swampfest is like, this is me just being like, I think this is funny. Like this is awesome. Like yeah, this is sick. Like it's not like. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like I'm just trying to make the event that I always wanted to see happen. You know what I mean? Like in Ghetto Jam and Empire Dirt, those things are like inspirational. And I take those things in Backyard Jams and Metro Jams and stuff like that. But it's like they only last 3-4 years and they're done. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like I don't want to stop. I'm never gonna stop doing it because it's like I can do it on such a small scale. Like. It's me in a camper with a handful of my friends, like just getting enough money to get some wood to just like scrap some shit together. You know, it's like I'm sure if I was building a Detour size course and it's the overhead is $300,000. Yeah, you can't do that's not sustainable. It's not possible. But like we do it in such a DIY sustainable way to where it's like I have every single piece of coping from Swampfest this year. Yeah. Where next year we can just re-weld it all together and figure it out. And I keep all the skate light to where like I don't have to buy skate light next year. And like and it's like I like try to be sustainable and like reusing.
Go through the ashes and shake out all the screws.
What about the property? They're cool with what you're doing?
Yeah, it's on this place called Spider Motocross, just like a motocross track that's on like 150 acres. And when I had to find a new spot, like the past 3 years, we've done it at Spider, and they're like an hour outside of Orlando. And I was just like, hey, like I wanted this thing called Swampfest. He's like, I know what Swampfest is. Like the owner was like, I know exactly what it is. What? He's like, I'm down. Let's do it. And I'm like, well, there's gonna be like a fire and like I'm gonna build these dirt jumps. I'm digging down in the ground. That's asking a lot of somebody. Like that's not. I understand why somebody would be like, yeah, okay, you need to leave. Like that, we're not doing this here. Like you're insane. Like
so let's go through. So the first one was on Honeycutt's property. Yeah. And what happened after Swampfest?
I mean, Jeff pretty much got a notice that like if you do another Swampfest at my property, like the city was going to come down on him. Like they were just like, you cannot.
Never, ever again.
I mean, they showed up at the gate the first day. Or like literally the morning of the event, and we're like, we had like 1,000 people camping in the woods on his property, and they were like, you cannot do this. And I just kind of like, I don't know, we just kind of weaseled our way, like, no, it's just gonna be for a few hours, and we're doing a fundraiser, and it's all gonna be good, and that's it. And they were like, okay, fine. And then it went all day, and eventually like we just kind of pulled it, you know what I mean? But like that first one, man, like that shit was a labor of love for everybody involved. Like with Jeff owning the property and like all my homies like coming together. I mean, we were collecting wood for like 6 months, like going out there and like building a ramp, like figuring it out and like slowly chipping away at it to where it's like, oh, we have enough stuff, we should do an event. And we did Swampfest. And then
you think about the size of the first Swampfest to the wood area was like the size of your parents' backyard.
Yeah, it was pretty small.
Like it was small, and then there was swamp rail, and then there was trails and a flatland area.
Yep.
And
we'll chat. That's good.
We'll chat. Yeah, but I mean, just like trying to list everything, and then that was it.
Yep.
And it was awesome.
But it's pretty much
size-wise though
similar. Ramps, dirt jumps, swamp rail,
but like the size of the wood compared to this year was
like I said, I had
a tenth.
I had Robbie gave me a little bit of money. Ronnie gave me a little bit of money with Sparkies, and then Vans gave me a little money.
Yeah.
And like that was enough to like buy some clay. Because we can't dig out on the ground in Florida because it's too sandy. So we have to buy dirt. So I bought some dirt with that, and then I bought like a handful of plywood. But that was also, we got a lot of that material because mesh was being torn down. And we got into the building, and we got a bunch of free material from that.
Here's the first one.
Yeah, it was the very, very first one.
Hold my fucking dick with the lady with the wheelchair.
Yeah, and like there was people camping in the woods, and it was
oh god, that guy, Boone, early Boone.
There. But yeah, dude, it was pretty sick. Like it was, but we had no idea what we were doing. I mean, still.
But I mean, the theme just sort of created itself right then and there. Yeah. Like it's all there.
I mean, man, this is
Van's still there.
Yeah. But it's like, Jesus. To me, like this is just Florida. Like this is the scene that I grew up in. Like I grew up at the Cowspray Trails. Like we had clay jumps. We had sketchy ass ramps and we had bonfires. This is just the scene that I grew up in, and this is the BMX that I grew up with, you know, like, and these are the guys that I looked up to. So it's like, I just brought it back to like what I wanted to do, you know, like, but then, you know, after this one, God, look how small Jabe was. That's crazy. But after this one, I was like, all right, cool. We did it. You know, we did it. And, it was sick, but I never intended on doing another one after this.
Really?
No,
did you ever plan on like doing once a year events?
No, literally.
This was just a thing.
It was just a party that me and my friends did, and it was fun. And then
how did it go to the next year? Let's do this again. So
obviously we got shut down, and we weren't allowed to do it at this property anymore. Ronnie Bonner and John Paul Rogers were like, "Hey, you should do another Swampfest." And I was like, "Well, how? You know, we can't do it at Jeff's house. Like, I don't know. If I got a place to do it, I'll do it." And he's like, "No, you have to find a space to do it at." And I was like, "What does that mean?" He's like, "You need to find a facility. Find like because obviously Ronnie had done Roots Jam, so he like knew building the course, finding the place, getting the sponsors, how it works. So he kind of helped me with like, yeah, you have to get sponsors, and the sponsors sponsor the event, and then they give you money, so you have enough money to buy stuff. Because I was like, you know, I'm a pro BMX rider. You know, I don't have a fuck ton of money. You know, like I'm like I can't afford to buy 10 grand in wood. Like I can't do that. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like, and he was like, no, you get sponsors, and then that helps out, and then you build the course with that, and then that's how you do it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I like just kind of winged it, and I was like, hey, I'm doing another Swampfest, and everybody was down. All the sponsors were down, you know, Odyssey, Vans, all these brands. They were like, yeah, dude, we're hyped. That was awesome. Like, we're in. And then I did the first one at, you know, the 20, I don't even know.
Jesus Christ, the ride video has 12 million views from the 2018 one. Yeah,
this was the first year that we did it at in Astatula, which is the facility. But it's crazy because like the next year, then it's like we have Corey Martinez showing up.
Yeah,
that's insane.
We have Corey Anastasio showing up. Like all these guys are here, and I'm like,
this is the second one.
Yeah, this is the second one, and I was like, holy shit, man! Like people like know what this is. Like it like I didn't know like Behringer. The source. You know, Behringer's there. You know, all these people that like
everyone's there.
And like I think this was the one where I realized like, oh, like I could like keep doing this.
So you did it this facility only once?
Twice.
This was the monster truck
dude,
place,
yeah,
right?
This one, look at this, dude, compared to your first one.
I know, dude. It was crazy.
You probably walked around like, holy
welcome to Atlanta.
I just couldn't believe it, dude. I couldn't believe.
Look at this one. This one's like this one got 12 million views.
Yeah.
Fucking video.
I think that's whenever
I think that's huge, dude. That's like
that was whenever I kind of realized like, oh shit, like maybe like we could like really do this, you know? Like like I said, man, I don't have any training in this shit. I have no idea what's going on, you know.
Boom, second year.
I will say this is my favorite one with the trail wise because of the fucking the puddles and the fucking moats and shit. Made
it was
funny.
Amazing.
Like,
you should bring that back. When people fall, I love it.
Yeah. And it's like it was. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say about it. It was just.
No,
it's really sick.
The best things have like an organic. Fucking that, like man. I didn't mean to be here, but now I'm here type thing. Yeah. It's like how smaller you were. I'm just joking. I was just trying to talk shit because you talk shit on.
Definitely was.
Somebody's got to defend Jabe here.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, Ryan. Sure.
But yeah, I mean, it was crazy, and then we did it here again. And then that property sold.
Oh, it sold. Okay, so they didn't kick you out.
No. All right. No. They didn't.
Had you burned anything by this point?
Yeah, we burned shit at this one.
Yeah,
this is the first one that shit was getting burned.
No, the first year at Jeff's house we burned shit. Yeah.
So that's been
a thing. That's been a thing but that was just because we were trying to figure out how to get rid of all the shit.
Yeah, and that was
we were trying to get rid of all. I was like, fuck, dude, we have so much wood and stuff, and we were like, we'll
Doyle
just
went to this. Everyone went to this one.
And I think that honestly is my one complaint is that dudes like known people need to fucking go to the event. Like you don't need to fucking like kill yourself or whatever. Like I think. Hopefully people see that like, hey, this stuff was fun to ride. There was a lot to ride. It was awesome. And then they fucking go next year.
Chris brought 10.
There was more pro skaters than there was pro BMXers.
Yeah.
And that's like,
but this is the thing. That's fine. I don't like
it is fine, but it's also not fine. You know, it's fine, but not fine.
I'm not gonna sit here.
I think you're not.
Why did anybody come to my event, man? This fucking sucks.
No, but you're not.
A lot of people were there.
I don't like. This is
a lot of people were there, and like it's not. You're not the one saying it. I'm the one saying it because I had the same thing. I was like, there's lots of good bike riders, but like, dude, like. There could have been a lot of fucking people there, and a lot of people having fun, and a lot of people doing some cool shit and getting some fucking cool clips and fucking doing their thing.
It's because the year before it didn't look like there was shit to ride, so all the pros were like, I don't want to like spend my travel budget to go somewhere where I might not be able to ride.
Yeah,
that's a huge fucking thing. Like, all right, it cost me $1,000 to go to Florida, rental car, all the shit.
I mean,
travel budget. Every pro said the same thing, and they're like, but this year every pro looked at that and went, but there was a bunch of fun shit to ride. Let's do that. But
it's also like I understand that it's like. I don't know.
It's not meant to be for everybody, obviously, but there is a lot. BMX, you can go through there. It is like there was Nasazio, and there's a lot of dudes there this year that a lot of dudes this year that didn't necessarily ride either, which is also fine, I guess.
Gary Reynolds was there.
Gary Reynolds was there. Yeah, but not on purpose.
Dad was hyped. My dad was hyped.
Huge Garrett. Aura's a good.
Of course.
I think the first time I ever met you was me, Garrett, and you came to the Mesh skate park.
Yeah, when you guys were filming for the Nike video.
Yes.
Oh
yeah, dude.
I was probably like 13 at that time.
Have you seen Trey's Sponsor Me tape?
No, but I'm sure that night he was.
Yeah. It's on Feeble Talk.
Yeah.
It's on the Feeble Talk. We played it on that Feeble Talk.
He was so good.
Go back and you guys go back.
Dude, I have it still.
No, it is still good, but like.
I should put it on the wall. I should put it on the wall. I literally have the CD, the CD or DVD that says Trey Jones on it.
He can do like every trick.
I'm gonna find that and add it right here.
Yeah.
You were
that'd be sick.
Killing it that night. We were like, fuck, this kid's so sick. Because I think you were already on. You're already on Nike Flow, right?
Yeah, Losi had hooked me up with Nike.
Damn, he got the tape.
I don't know if I was on Fit.
Oh, you can't hear when I talk low like that. You
definitely
guys can't
on Nike though. Los is like, this kid's coming, who's on Flow, and we're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And you showed up, we're like, dude, he's fucking insane. It was sick.
Lost all those tricks. Those things are long gone.
Dude, he was doing a lot of tricks, like just bam, 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 bam. I was like, woo.
360 lip slide.
Definitely wasn't that.
What the fuck's a lip slide?
Tire slide?
Tire slide?
Tire slide? Like
you guys are merging lingo. I don't even know what's going on.
No, when you go up and you bump the tire on the deck.
Yeah, lip slide is like
whatever.
So you tire slide to 3'd out, like that's
like
sick.
3 lip slide to fake. The tire slide. Sorry, tire.
Oh, you were saying lip slide. I was like,
I said lip slide. He said tire slider.
No, I would call it a slider. Like
that's a slider, right? That's why I was like, I never really heard lip slide.
But
you guys have been hanging. The lingo's converging. It's cool. Yeah, I like it. I'm listening. What is a lip slide?
What is a lip slide?
But I guess
I would think a lip slide's like an overcrank.
Yeah, like overcrank's
a lip slide.
Okay, so 2 years of the monster truck place. Spider comes in.
The monster truck place.
That's what it was, right? What the fuck was it?
Yeah, and
that's what they were giving rides to people on monster trucks. So that's
there was a monster.
Dude, going back, this one was insane.
Which one's it?
The one you just had your mouse on.
This one?
That was the one that you said sucked.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, you brought all this indoors. So this was like.
That's like
I said that all the stuff that we could not move inside, we did on Friday.
Yeah, there was
that we couldn't move. We couldn't move that inside.
Even the one that I would say was like the one that fucking didn't do as good as the other ones was still epic. You did all this shit.
I mean, the thing is that, like I said,
the last day just didn't happen, right? And you put it all inside.
No, we did. I couldn't move that inside, so that got done on Friday. And then the tunnel got done on Friday, and the bowl jam got done on Friday.
So that one did not suck. Because that's a...
You know, I saw some Vice Juggalo thing.
I think I just seen like the indoor...
That Crazy Mike guy was doing a stunt on it.
Crazy Mike's the man.
I was literally like, oh, that's that guy from Swampfest.
He's wild. But the thing is that...
That looked gnarly. You know, seeing that, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this is last year.
This is also me having my hopes too high of what I think is possible.
Dude,
that's possible, but look at how goddamn muddy it is. It's just the mud got the best of that.
It's fucking Swampfest. What do you expect to be? It's not gonna be some perfect shit.
I know. But you can just see all the fucking mud, dude. Like,
yeah,
it just rained for a week. It looks like.
Yeah, it did. It had, you know. But
this year's look not like that. Like.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't raining.
It was nice.
Yeah,
and then the other year we just watched looked really nice too.
Yeah,
like it's just the rain that plays a factor.
Yeah, so
you gotta fucking send it.
Because
even sucking is amazing for Swampfest. The sucking level is still amazing.
That's a quote.
That is. Even sucking for Swampfest is amazing.
Your worst is still pretty amazing.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah. I must say that it looks like your beanie looks like the scene from Home Alone where the top of the beanie gets burnt off by the blowtorch and then he screams
about it being too blown out. But
what's that blowtorch scene? I can pull it up.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
That year was rough. But it's like, you're really gonna look up the? He goes, ah!
Yeah,
it's so good. Literally, Kelsey told me this like 2 days ago that this is what it looked like. You can get
who we're gonna watch Home Alone?
You're gonna demonetize.
That's the top of your beanie right now.
That's the top of the beanie. But
hold on, there it is. There it is. That's you. 35 after all those gray hairs.
Yeah, for real.
Aura's got a full head of hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. What top three?
He's thrashed.
Top three Swampfest moments.
Dude.
This is dirty.
Top three Swampfest moments?
Yeah. Like, do you have three in your head?
That loop rail was.
I mean, yeah.
That was that might be the highest I've ever seen an energy level in my life.
Is that the one I said sucked?
No, that was the one before.
That was the one that was mediocre.
Okay. This year was awesome, dude.
I can't believe
this is my first year at Swampfest.
Shout out.
We premiered the Vans video.
This is the Nora Cup year.
Oh, so this was still like right out of COVID.
Yeah. So shout out to Noah.
No, this was
the
not
first year after COVID.
Yeah. After you play this, we can kind of go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, we'll go through it. Fucking Linwood. Jesus.
That guy's sick.
He's a beast. He's sad.
Like, look at how many people are like.
That guy's always there, huh? That's a Scooby-Doo guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love that you know who the Scooby-Doo guy is.
I know it all, dude. I'm telling you, I've watched I've watched every second of Swampfest.
Why have you fucking been there then?
Because I'm a lazy motherfucker.
Dude, come on, dude.
Come on.
I'm building. You know what? I don't want to fuck my bike up because I know I'm going to do all this shit.
It's so funny. That's what he's worried about.
Because I go on trips like every goddamn weekend.
Swamp bike.
You are a sponsored pro bike rider. You can get another bike.
I'm building a swamp bike.
Just bring the real bike.
It's gonna be a real bike, just the one that I bring to Swampfest and do lake jumps on and shit.
Then you just get. I don't know. We built like 10.
Is it Noah Miranda?
I don't even know.
Not the only reason I don't go.
Noah Miranda, right?
Monroe.
Jeez.
So Noah.
Miranda.
Noah.
Yeah, fucking.
Noah Monroe is from Ormond Beach, which is literally right by Orlando. He grinded the first ever swamp rail.
Yeah, he did.
The very first one. He grinded it, and then he's the guy that did the loop rail.
Yep.
I was honestly expecting. My theory was that obviously with the roller coaster rail, you're so locked in. I was like, if somebody just goes fast and holds on, you'll be fine. Like that was my theory. Yeah. Like because you can't, with a loop, like look how easy that looked. That looked so easy. You know what I mean? Like
I have 3 angles.
My theory is when I saw you build this, I was like, oh, yep, someone died. Swampfest is over.
Dude.
Someone did it, and Swampfest continued.
So epic. I literally gave Noah every dollar that I had in my wallet. I was just like, dude, I just want to pay you. Yeah. I want to do something.
Your wife's
it was like it wasn't that much. 30 like minutes of no one trying it.
Yeah,
we unchained
1,000 people standing around the thing and not one person trying it, and everyone's just like, "Well, I ain't moving until someone tries this thing." And
my heart definitely sank where I was like, "Damn, what if nobody does this?"
Because everyone knew once they tried it once, it was like everyone's like, "All right, fucking do it."
And shout out to fucking Linwood for opening it up because he was the first one to fucking.
Yeah. He had no business on that thing, but he.
I don't know, dude. He just wasn't leaning the like.
I think he was going too fast when we hit it. He like was getting ejected out of the back. Like Noah went way slower and like just held on. You know, I don't know, man.
There's that one attempt that Noah does where he like leans his shoulder in and like beforehand, and you're like, oh, he like knows what he's. That guy had no idea what he's doing.
But yeah, shout out to Boss Hog for sending it. He got
it going.
Like that one?
But yeah, I mean, he was going so fast.
That's what I'm saying. He went too fast.
Yeah.
Like, I like shot him out.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God.
This one. Just that. Oh, no, shit.
I want to see somebody do it with 2 pegs.
Who's Scooby-Doo guy?
It was just that all happened.
This
was
right?
during, right there. See that?
During Halloween.
It was a Halloween one. Yeah.
This was one that we did in October because COVID had delayed it so much that a lot of people wore costumes.
And now he's just forever.
And now he's just the Scooby-Doo guy.
Yeah.
That bell, you knew that guy had so much skill to like.
But so
get out of that, put his feet in the right spot.
But
like
I don't know if people noticed, but the cult rail this year, the roller coaster rail, is that rail.
Yeah.
We chopped the loop rail up and we turned it into the cult roller coaster rail. So I took one half and we chopped it in half, and we took the top half and then we took the lower half, and then we just welded a flat section in it, and that's what the loop rail is. Okay. So it is the cult rail still, like, so that's how it kind of came to be. But
I mean, fuck, dude. I think that will always. I mean, if you guys can top that moment, I mean, shout out to you.
You can't script that shit,
dude. Like, there's no way. Like, fuck.
It was pretty wild.
It will happen.
But
I hope it does. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Other highlights.
It will.
I don't know. I mean, for me personally, like, Nasty is like my idol.
I just realized that like I can't even like see your face.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. Like an hour and a half in.
There he is.
Yeah. Like Nasty,
Trey Jones.
Like Nasty is like he's my idol.
Yeah.
Like 1996 DK Dirt Circuit. I was 4 years old. He was on the Bully Hot Rod, backflip, no shirt on. You know, like it changed my life, you know? So for him to be at one of them and like doing the move that like started the whole thing for me there was like, that was pretty cool, you know? Like that was like, I just couldn't believe it happened. Also, I'm really sorry for everybody for me saying like so much. I know what's happening. We were literally talking about this in the car. Chris like, we're gonna say like so much, and I was like, I know.
Everybody.
Anytime you're telling us
my interviews, he gets it on interviews. It's just
I know.
Like,
I'm so sorry. I know that I'm saying it, but Nasty being there and doing the flip was like, that was pretty epic for me.
That was epic.
Personal highlight.
Like he did it a bunch of times. I was just like,
what year was that? That was the
What year was him being at Swampfest?
Yeah.
In the backflip?
The 2018 one or the 2019? Like the first one at the monster truck place, the non-monster truck place.
Second year we did 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, because that was the year that
Doyle was there, Bowen was there, everybody was there.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
And like Dylan in the like Get a Real Bike Pussy and like the Alex Landeros front flipping it.
Yeah.
Cool. That year was epic.
Yeah, that year was good.
And that was the thing is that like going back to like
epic.
where we are is that it's like, you know, we had like a little under 1,000 at the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one there was like 1,500 people there. 2019 we had like 2,000 people there. And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So where
and it was like, and it was like, okay, like, and then we did this one, and the attendance was like around 1,000, 1,200, but it was It was 2021. So
2020. Oh yeah, 21. Oh okay.
We didn't do anything in 2020.
Yeah.
So like this was like middle of good. People still scared of COVID, still freaked out. I didn't really know what to do. I was like, because we had built all the jumps, all the ramps, and then literally the week before we were into the event, COVID like hit and shut everything down.
Yeah.
So then we were like,
because at that point we're like, this will blow over.
Yeah.
We're whatever. Exactly. A couple months. This will chill out. So then it was like 2021. It was like COVID hit, so people were kind of nervous. And that year it rained really, really, really hard. Mm-hmm. Like
the Thursday or Wednesday before. So all the but it was fine on Saturday. But the trails were super soggy, so nobody could really ride the jumps, and it was really muddy. And I was like, "Fuck!" Like, because I know if somebody doesn't have a good time, they will not come back next year. So in 2021, see that, kinda. Like, I know, like I know for a fact that that's what happens. If you show up, you do not have a good time, you're not coming back next year. And this year I was like, fuck, the jumps are wet. People are traveling from across the country. The jumps aren't good. It's muddy everywhere. The ramps got really fucked up that year just because of so much mud and stuff on everything.
Yeah.
Because it was so wet, and it like stressed me out. Where I was like, no, it's not what it should be. Like it wasn't. This year was what it was supposed to be, you know? Yeah. And then 2022 happened, and it was even worse.
Yeah.
It was even worse of a situation where
that was
it poured rain,
and
then I was even more stressed out because I'm like, oh, God, we had like 2021 was okay, but it wasn't great. To where 2022, the attendance was like even lower. And
it was.
It was
and it was shortly after too. It was like 6 months.
Friday attendance was the exact same, so people flying into town, staying the whole weekend.
Yeah.
But just Saturday attendance was way down. That's the local attendance.
Oh yeah.
Because they woke up, they saw the rain outside. They're like, I'm not going to Swampfest.
Oh, that makes sense.
So 2022 happened, and I was like, fuck, like no, like this isn't supposed to happen. Like it's not like, and I almost felt like. Not embarrassed, but like I was bummed out because I had a vision in my head of what I wanted to do, which was what happened this year.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do that all these other years. And it's like the weather and COVID was like beating the shit out of me to where I was like, no, like I'm like telling, bigger brands that like are on the fence about being involved, like, no, it's going to be good. Like I promise. And then I get the shit beat out of me with COVID and weather to where I'm like, God damn it, no, like I promise. Like it's almost like promising your sponsor, like I'm gonna film the best video part of my life, and then you snap your leg right before.
Yeah.
And you're like, and it comes out and it's not as good, and you're like, well no, I promise, like I promise it's gonna be good, and then you don't get to deliver, and at the end of the day, all they see is a shitty video part. They don't give a fuck about your broken leg.
Yeah.
They don't see your vision.
So it's like, and that was the problem, is that like this year, like the planets just aligned where it was like weather was good, people showed up.
Yeah.
It had a full year gap between events. This one, when we did it in 2021, we had been so delayed with COVID and we kept pushing the event back, and we kept pushing it back to where eventually I was like, yo, I just have to do it. So that's why we did it in October.
Yeah.
And then when I did it in October, when the new year came around to the spring, I did it again to get back on the yearly schedule of every year in spring. Yeah. So I had to do 2021 and 2022 6 months apart.
Yeah.
Which also people were like, well, I just went in 2021. Yeah. I'm not going again in 2022.
I'm still getting the mud off of me.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
So it was like, these are all these factors that I'm like, I'm not looking for sympathy from anyone, or from anybody, but like,
doesn't sound like
that had a lot to do with it, to where I was like, I was just stressed. I was like, no, dude, this, like, because I saw 2019. 2019 was so good, and the attendance was like, it was like growing. And then COVID happened, and it's just like, it's all over the map of like shit. And then like, luckily, like, brands like, Sparky's and Odyssey and all these brands, like, they were like, no, dude, we understand, we get it. Like, like, we understand it's out of your control. Like, like, we don't, they knew the situation, they understood what was going on. But it's like, I still felt bad. Where I was like, no, like, I should be giving you guys like what was 2023.
Yeah.
And this year, finally, the planets aligned where it was like, we had good weather, a year gap had happened, and I think that like, we've gotten the shit beat out of us, and I'm like talking about me and like my guys that we do it. We've gotten the shit beat out of us so fucking hard from weather, COVID, the internet, all these things, to where like we've just gotten the shit beat out of us, and like I'm not looking for fucking sympathy, but this shit's fucking hard, man. Like, and like I don't care. I'm just gonna keep doing it because it's like, with Vans not doing the contest and there being such little going on at BMX, like we need this so much, and it's like, this is bigger than just me doing an event at this point. Like like, I want to create lifelong BMX riders. I've said that before, but like, I'm not here to sell a bike. I'm here to create a lifelong bike rider. Like, you're showing it to Swampfest, you're experiencing it, and you're like, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's it. You know, like, and not saying that other bands can't have that. You know, a kid can go to the, you know, the triple contest and like that changes his life. Like, but like, that's what I'm trying to do with Swampfest is create a lifelong experience that you remember. You know, so. And that's like kind of like the timeline of where we are at now, is that the attendance was the same as it was in 2019.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, cool, maybe we are back where we were. People understand, they're stoked. COVID is like, you know, I'm not gonna say COVID's gone, but like, people weren't as nervous to go to the event because of COVID. And I think that it was like, anybody that wanted to go was there besides Dennis.
But I think there's a lot.
Here, me and my Gregson deck.
I think my swamp bike.
I think there's a lot of asterisks on things during COVID. You know, so you can put some asterisks on stuff, and it's like, and Swampfest. It's crazy because I don't look at Swampfest as like, I'm not the event creator, so I don't see 21 and 22 like that. You know, like, I saw them as cool, I saw them as fun. Like, I went to it, I enjoyed it. They were fucking wild. Some crazy moments happened. The best moment happened during that time period.
I'm the kid on the internet at home watching.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny to think of that. Cool, so he's like really sitting there, he's just like, and then he just drops a phone on his face every once in a while. Yeah,
you're like, shit, I should have gone.
Well, this year was the first.
You're like, fuck, that could have been a firework on my face.
Yeah, my old school iPad and breakfast. I'm watching.
This is the first year that I haven't like posted anything on Instagram about it. Like, and it's like the skate world. Like, I mean, just like my followers, like, literally are like look forward to when I go there, because like the last 2 years that I've gone, it was like I'm just posting everything, and it's like everyone's like, I can't wait for you to go to see all this shit on Instagram, you know. And it's like, this year I didn't, because I was having to film, and like people were literally like messaging me like, why the fuck aren't you posting everything? Like, mad because they just want to be like Dennis and just watch it on their phone, you know. And it's like, but that's why it's so sick.
All the Dennises out there, we're going next year.
Right.
Can't keep watching it.
But the Thrasher video will be out by this time.
That's fine. You guys, you're welcome.
People there.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
The Thrasher video comes out.
That goes to
tomorrow, so like everyone.
Oh, it comes out tomorrow.
By the time
I was going to ask about it.
Everyone will have seen the skaters' perspective of Swampfest.
So everyone listening to this, go and watch this Thrasher one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll throw a link in the description. They probably need the help with the views, so I'll help them out. Before we move off of it too much, I feel like as somebody who, you know, throws events and does things, I think I try and make it a point to like thank you every year on the video.
You do
because I think it's so important, because like, if that stuff, you know, like people who, you know, not Dennis is talking shit from his iPad, but like people that are just watching it and then talking shit about like, Swampfest fucking sucks this year or something like that. It's like, they probably never created anything. They never put a month of their life of every single day into something to create something to be open to judgment. But it's like, you know, and it's like, when you open yourself up to judgment and shit like that, it's like, that shit is wild. And sometimes it can fucking get you a little bit, enough to just like, you know, round the edges off, and you're like, it's not fucking worth it, you know. And it's important to like thank people like you who put all that effort into it. And so that's why I do that every year, you know. Like I don't, but that's what I mean. Like, I didn't doubt it. It was just circumstance, and it was like as part of.
But Trey is the one doing it, where he was like, wait, this is gnarly. Like, they're getting beaten up by the storms, by the COVID, by the numbers. He sees the numbers, and he's like, fuck. But he kept going to where, like, now I watched this one and I was like, holy shit, Swampfest is growing.
Yeah. It's funny because when I was there, it was like, I can't remember. I swear I can't remember anybody's name anymore. The Hemecula guy, Shane Davis, who was there. He's the guy that brought the fucking... I think he brought...
I have no idea what you just said. What did you say?
Shane Davis from Hemecula. He brought
Hemecula?
Hemecula is another YouTube channel, but he brought the chick wearing the thong with the like looks like she was in a Limp Bizkit video or something like that.
There was a girl with a thong that looked like a Limp Bizkit video.
Yeah.
We didn't see any of that. BMX internet.
Well, I filmed the bike riding, but he was like, oh, here's my boy or something like that, and he's like, hey, he's like famous on TikTok or whatever, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? And he just like started talking about TikTok right away, and I was like, I see ya. You know, I'm out.
TikTok,
like I don't know.
TikTok,
I don't know anything.
How do you talk about TikTok?
He was like, dude, I posted this. Look how many views it has, and I was like, sick. You know, like, but it was in a nice way. But it was just like, it's on the
How's that a nice way to say? I posted this on TikTok.
I don't know. He's the guy that like flipped off of it. Like the thing. It's that guy. Yeah, and it's like he was a nice guy, but
so
he was showing you that
he belly flopped.
So he was showing you that he brought recognition to the event.
I guess in a sense, but it was just like I mean I'm just old and TikTok.
I mean it's like
I'm not a writer, but 12 million views.
Exactly. Like I think that was the thing is that like there's this outside element that is like found out. You know, like and that's like caught on.
Yeah, and it's like I haven't really it's like starting to catch fire.
Yeah.
Like with that stuff.
Yeah, it is literally.
Yeah, literally no pun intended.
Yeah.
But like I think a lot of that has to do with like me involving Gregson.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know, you know, and that like, but that all like talking about involving the skate shit and like how that is like helping the event and helping all these things is that it's like I was filming with Chris, you know, just for the Live Fast video, and he had obviously seen that I do Swampfest, and he's like, yeah, we should like do something, like we should do like a skate jam, and he was like, yeah, he's like, I'm down, I'll bring some people, and I was like, all right, and he's like, yeah, if you guys just make this bowl skatable. I'll bring some dudes out and we'll do a Blood Wizard Bowl Jam. Mm-hmm. And we were like, I was like, yeah, that'd be sick. And it's like, and it's all the dudes that came out.
My dumb question: Blood Wizard is a board brand.
Yeah, I'm a part owner and pro for them. So.
Yeah,
it's like Colt, like the frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like sorry.
Yep. A skateboard deck is like the frame.
Oh,
it's a frame company.
Okay. All right.
It's a skateboard frame company.
What is it?
Bubaka blunt.
What is it made out of? Is it made out of chromoly?
Yeah.
7 layers of wood pressed together.
But Gregson was just, I don't even know how it even came up, but we were just like, yeah, we should have skateboarding. And I was like,
I mean, I think you were just like, you know, I never called it Swampfest because I didn't want to like limit myself to what I could do there, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to be whatever I think is sick, and it's like that's why I didn't name it BMX Fest.
Yeah, or like, whatever. Yeah. And it was just
could grow into whatever.
Yeah.
And it kind of was just like I was like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like let's do it. And he kind of was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring who came the first time?
Kevin
Kowalski, Jayworth,
Vincent, and
Matheron.
That was Tom. No,
was Tom there? No, I don't know. There's a few other dudes, but he brought him out. And, like, they were hyped. And, like, Chris, like I said, Chris had been there in 2021 for the Live Fast premiere. Mm-hmm. We did the premiere at Swampfest. So Chris came to that. He was filming it on his phone. And, like,
seeing how psyched the skate world was on this event that I was at. That no one in skating had seen this before, really. Before I was, like, there just posting shit on my story. And it's like...
That literally is how it all started. Yeah. Is that like I literally saw he was like, dude, look at my direct messages. It was like literally
more than I've ever got in my life.
Every pro skateboarder you can think of had replied to his story. It was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Like,
and it wasn't even any skating. It was only the BMX stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like before there was any of that there. So.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh shit, like seems like there's kind of an interest in it. And I was like, well, yeah, it's just ramps, like it's just ramps and. I was like, yeah, fuck it, we'll do a bowl jam. That'd be sick, you know? And we did it, and, like, I put the flyer out, and I think people were like, this is not last year, the year before.
Yeah.
And I think people were like, you're going to do skateboarding? Like, how is that going to work?
Right,
like, they just didn't they were like, how? I don't get it, you know? And
we were literally just like, fuck it, 4 of us will go out there, a car full.
Yeah.
Do, like, a contest, see with whoever the fuck is down to skate with us, and it's like... It was crazy because it was like we didn't know if like they were gonna get the hated or like what really.
Yeah, you know? We had no idea.
It was like we did it Friday night just so that it didn't like interfere with Swampfest Day. Yeah. You know, like we're just kind of like this, like let's just do it and see it, test it out. But it's not part of the main thing of Swampfest at all. You know. And then it worked.
This was the year before last?
Yeah, before this one. And so, it, like, people, like, we had a whole, like, crowd around the bowl, and, like, people were hyped, you know?
Yeah, and it was good. Yeah, it was sick. And then Chris did the Thrasher video, the first Thrasher video.
Well, there was a Thrasher video from that year.
Yeah, but it was like it was more like
your guys' Florida trip
video that like ended with the Swampfest section, but it wasn't like a video about the event, you know.
But then when we were when you guys were at Swampfest, one of the guys from Thrasher had hit up our buddy Tim that was shooting photos and was like, "Do you have enough photos to do an article on it?" And Tim showed me, and he's like, "Are you okay with this? Like, are you cool?" And I was like, "Yeah, that would be sick," you know. And they did a full like 6-page article on it, and I was like, going
shocked. There, we were getting any of that.
Like, that wasn't
Tim
even like an idea.
To shoot photos, and I just went. We were just filming, and it's like, you know, they were just super hyped on the whole thing, and we're down to like promote, like hype it up or whatever. And then this year, it was like, all right, last year. So worked well. So this year I went into it like I'm gonna film an entire like it's called the Swampfest experience because it's like I want people to watch this at least from the world that may not know as much of it and like feel like you're there, not like because you see everything on Instagram, you see the fireworks, you see the obstacles, you see the castle burning. Like I wanted to make it something that was more like where it feels like how it really is when you go. Like it is crazy, but it's also like. There's so much going on. It's like I want to show people that, and I hope that
it is an experience. It is an experience.
Like they walked through all the campsites and interviewed a bunch of people that were like out there, and like kind of showed us like building stuff, and like we like it's just more like the process and like what's going on behind the scenes.
Is there an unlisted version of it right now?
No.
Nah. I was gonna say we could watch it because it's gonna come out.
We should have thought about that.
Yeah, it's all good.
But no, it's just kind of like turned into this thing where going into we had such a good response from last year where I was like, oh, that's cool. Like some of the skaters kind of like it. That's sick, you know. I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, oh, that's crazy. Like they ran a photo of me riding in it, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
That's
pretty crazy. Like I had never, I was like, wow, that's and there's another BMX photo in the new article.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Dylan
Wicken. Yeah, that's sick. Yeah.
And it's like
Dylan would be sick to have on the podcast,
and that's that's like the part of it that I try to like understand the whole situation from the outsider. You know, like I'm filming with Chris, and I'm like, oh yeah, we shoot skate stuff. That's cool, and I understand why somebody from the outside is like, whoa, wait, what? Swampfest is doing skate stuff? How does this make sense? I don't get it. Like, so I try to see it from the outside, but also like remember that like Swampfest is a BMX event. It is for the working class of BMX. Yes, we're involved in skateboarding and all these other different things.
We're never gonna like try to take it. You know
exactly.
What I mean? It's always gonna be what it is, and it's like I'm hyped. Trey's even letting us like do some shit there. You know,
but it's not like this thing. But it's not like this thing where I'm like, it's a BMX event. You guys are the skateboarders. Like no, it's like it's fucking sick. Like and everybody is stoked. Like if you watch somebody grind a rail on a skateboard and fall in the mud and eat shit, that shit's hilarious no matter who you are, what you do. Like
BMXers love skateboarding.
All the skaters were watching the BMX shit and they loved it. All the skaters were they're vice versa. Like everybody was loving it, and that's why like when I first posted the skate flyer of like the indie rounds like that, people were like, damn, you need to keep it BMX, blah, blah, blah. And all those people were at the event, and they all paid their money, and they all loved watching all of it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I'm just like, you guys are fucking morons.
The only BMX and skateboarding is the same thing. We're just using a different thing.
I literally posted the flyer. I posted the flyer for the skate stuff, and people genuinely thought Swampfest was skate only this year. And I was like, you guys are... How is this even real? Yeah. Somebody's like, so there's no BMX this year? And I'm just like...
It's because people aren't smart.
This is insane.
It's
like,
crazy.
This is literally mind-blowing.
I mean, like, we definitely posted the skate flyer before the, like, other one, but that was just because of, like, when it was done, and it was just like, oh, yeah, like... Whatever.
I think that was the only thing. It was the first real flyer.
I mean, to me, the fact that somebody would think that there was no BMX like wasn't even like I wasn't even like thinking, oh yeah, when I post this, people are gonna think it's skate only. Like I was like, no, people aren't that stupid. And I was like, oh shit. Well, maybe they are. Like I need to like hand feed them.
It's
like,
amazing. Yeah.
You know, like and no shade towards anybody. It's whatever. But like just for me, I was like, oh yeah, we'll post it. What's the big deal? You know. But involving the skate shit has been awesome because it's like
I think that's one of those are the things that will come with it. Just as you said, like we've learned over time. Those are the things you'll never do that again. Exactly. You've learned over time, like, oh yeah, I can't just trust the idea that they're going to understand.
For
you
sure.
know, like like
it's and it's hard. It's hard for me to look at it from the consumer standpoint.
Yeah,
because I'm so immersed with it.
100%.
I'm so immersed in Swampfest. I mean, I literally was on a Swampfest call, a few days ago.
Fuck you.
Like
Jesus
we're sitting
Christ.
on a Swampfest call, figuring out, like, like I have a weekly meeting, with the border about what we're doing with Swampfest every single week.
Did you say the Swampfest board?
No.
Bunch of dudes sitting at a table in a swamp.
They're in lawn chairs and some fucking mud.
It's me, an alligator, a flamingo.
You are allowed on the swamp table.
Mickey Mouse. Yeah, it's like all the Florida
and
people.
Dennis Anderson, the driver of
Gravedigger. It's like here.
He just comes up to the king's seat.
Shaq from Magic era is there.
You should have.
Shaquille O'Neal's here, but in his Magic uniform.
You should have.
That was so much talking over each other.
Oh yeah, sorry. You should have McDermott fucking draw that picture. Draw that the Swampfest fucking investors board.
Podcast part ever, right? But no one could ever hear it.
Yeah.
But it's like, but like I'm saying is that it's hard for me to see it from the outside consumer. So that's why, like, when I watch the podcast and I'm like, okay, what'd they say? Like, and I want to like listen to what you guys are seeing from the outside, so like I understand. Because if somebody's like, something as little as like somebody being like, yeah, it was kind of weird how they ran the gate this year. I'm like, oh, okay, we don't need to do that next year. Because it's like I'm not even thinking about things that are happening. And like when I listen to Trevor and Eddie's podcast, the podcast with Vish, like Trevor was like, yeah, it's really cool. It seemed like, or Eddie or one of them, they were like, yeah, it's really cool. It seems like Swampfest is really getting opened up to like everybody this year, and like that's really sick that they did the skate stuff. And Trevor was like, yeah, I was kind of concerned about it, but it was really awesome. And like to hear the consumers talking about how it went, I'm like, that's really important to me, because I love all the skateboarders and I think it's great, but like I want to hear everybody's opinion of what's going on and like make it the best it can be, like from the outside.
Yeah, the unfiltered third party opinion.
Yeah, because I'm like I said, like I want to hear like, yeah, it seemed like 2022 sucked. I'm like, yes, it did. Like, why did you think that? What was weird about it? Like, what did you see that looked, like, so I can make adjustments for the future? Because like I said, there is nobody teaching me how to do this. Nobody. I don't have, like, Ryan Clemens is the closest thing to like help I have on the event side of it, but he's just behind the scenes. When it comes to like building ramps and having people show up, that's all me and like my friends just being like, should we build this? Does this look too tall? Like, is anybody gonna ride this thing? Like, how tall should the rail be? Like, Dave, what's a good handrail height? I don't know. Like things like that where I'm just kind of like, what do people like? Like, but also giving them what they like, but like not hand feeding it to them like, this is so easy that like I want shit to be fucked up.
You don't want the external rail.
Yeah, like I want shit to be fucked up, but I want it to be doable. Like
it's a fine line.
One year we made the swamp rail with the gap in it, and I was like, oh, somebody will do this, and then nobody did it, and I was like, fuck. Okay, we can't do that. Like we got to make it a balance of like, or I saw a lot of people were messing up hopping onto the rail, and I was like, oh, we need to make it to where people can ride onto the rail. That makes it a little easier, Like, so there's little things like that where it just I'm just learning. Like
I was
I'm
new
at this too.
Honestly, I was a little bummed that the same rail wasn't back. I thought it was coming
too much,
dude. I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
So
I think that again they were doing it wrong. As you said, they were supposed to jump up to the platform.
Your swamp bike?
They were. Hey. I've been on your channel trying to do a double peg. So
hey, swamp bike. Me and you are going, and I'll grab the camera.
My swamp bike. You saw my swamp bike while running in.
He does ride swamp bike year round.
You use my bike.
Yeah,
there you go. Swamp bike year round too. You guys are the crusty bikes. I like it.
But yeah, they weren't doing the obstacle as it was.
Yeah,
because they were even if they got to the lip, they were never going to get across.
Yeah, it was
the gap.
A platform for Dennis since he wasn't there. He doesn't know.
I watched it.
I
know, but the
platform, the year where we had the rail that had the jump, there was a platform. You were supposed to jump onto the platform and then jump onto the rail. Nobody would jump up. They just sat on the deck and hopped on. So when they got to the bottom where the ramp was, they were going too slow. They couldn't make it. Yeah. And I was like, no, you guys have to jump up. And they were just like, no, we're fine. And they just like stayed there. And I'm like, nobody's going to do this if you keep doing this. And
it's impossible.
But it's what I've learned is you can't control the crowd when it gets to be that much. If they're wanting to do it, they're wanting to do it. I mean, that was like with the skate stuff this year. We were going to have like an hour gap between jams, and people just ran right to the bowl and started skating. I was like, okay, we're doing it. It's going now. Like we're doing it right now. Like, because once people are like hyped and the energy's going, you
have to move with energy. You have to move with energy.
You can't stop that. You can't stop that. You have to just like, if they're wanting to do the jam now, we're doing the jam now. Like Crandall, I literally was going to have a skate announcer come do the bowl jam. He wasn't there yet because it was supposed to happen for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, Steve was like, all right, cool, we're done for now. And I literally walked over to get a water. I was like, yo, they're doing the skate jam. Can you do it? And he's like, I don't know skateboarding. And I'm like, I don't care. You have to do it. We need somebody to announce. And he literally hopped in there and he killed it.
It was good?
Yeah. He killed it. Like somebody would do like
Crandall doesn't know like 90% of BMX tricks and he still's like,
he's like, somebody would be like falling. He's like, this is the worst BMX riding I've ever seen. Like, and all the skateboarders loved it, you know? So it's like,
at the beginning, he was like trying to name skate tricks, and as their boy, he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say everything is a BMX trick. And this is like frontside ice pick or obviously not frontside.
Yeah, he was
it was hilarious.
Yeah,
frontside ice pick. He did not say that.
Yeah.
But he was just like naming.
He may have
stuff
actually.
as
I don't think Crandall's ever said front side.
Somebody just did.
That's
somebody
a skate thing.
Somebody just did like a regular backside air, and he's like, big tabletop in the deep end. And I was like, because it kind of looked like it a little bit. Like, yeah, it was awesome.
That was probably really cool though. The skaters were like, this is
and
nice.
even like for the like people there that are mostly like BMXers, like it was probably comical, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it was funny.
Hear the announcer saying everything in BMX.
Some of the sickest skaters in the world, and the BMXers get to like watch this shit.
Yeah, like
Crandall's
the dudes, like the gnarliest dudes, Chris Russell.
All the skateboarders like, this guy's hilarious. Yeah. Like who is this guy? Like,
Crandall got like 6 jobs.
Yeah.
What is too crazy?
That's the part. That's the part is that it's like
I've never seen that limit.
I think when everyone went inside and they started lighting the fireworks off, and it was like once one person did it, it was like 20 minutes of chaos, and then the fire department came. But then like Trey, all he had to do was be like, get on the microphone and be like, look, everyone, like we're all gonna have to get out of here if you guys don't stop, and they stop. But it's like people want to.
That's the thing is that
far they could get.
People are only going ape shit and like being like rebellious or whatever you want to call it because I think they're allowed to be.
Yeah.
Like nobody's at the event and I've said this before. Like nobody's at the event in anarchy towards what's going on. Like if I see somebody throw a mortar, you know, into the crowd, and I'm like, "Hey man, can you like not do that? Just like throw it towards the castle, you know?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, my bad, man. Yo, it's all good. Yo, dude, thanks for the event, you know." And they're so cool, you know. Nobody's like, "No, fuck you!" Like they hit, you know, like people think that's what it is, and that's like. That's the thing is that people bitch so hard about the fireworks. Like, oh, dude, it's so crazy because there's fireworks everywhere, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's why you showed up and paid money at the gate for the show.
Yeah.
If we just did the jam and then it was over and everybody went home and it was like everybody went back to their Airbnb, it'd be like, that wouldn't be any fun. Like... That wouldn't be that's not cool, you know? Like so it's also you don't have to be so immersed in it. I mean, you know as well as I do. Dennis doesn't, he wasn't there, but like you don't have to be.
We could just have like a montage of talking about Dennis
like,
not being.
No, well dude, I gotta give him shit. He hasn't been. Like
man, I've told you I'm coming.
Have I said it already that I was at the event this year and somebody was like, oh, they were talking about the long jump and they're like, where the fuck is Dennis Anderson?
Yeah, I remember you hearing
they flip whip it. Like I was like, gonna tell Dennis.
It's like you have like
common.
I have to do the fire and I have to have the fireworks because it's like
it's the culmination,
bro. You got a festival going on, man.
You know
what people don't understand too is how easy it is to get away from it.
Yeah,
you know, like it's so easy to make it seem like on Instagram and videos that it's just this fucking craziness, but it's like it's on 180 acres.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to walk away from the fireworks and watch it from a mile away, you can.
Burning Man is the biggest festival. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like so dangerous, but it's like, yo, you can back the fuck off.
I know what you mean, but it's like that fire. The fire is iconic. You know,
it is.
It's iconic, and like. That's why people are paying money to come to the event. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's the rioting, it's all the craziness, it's the fire, but it's like...
everything.
At the same time, my 75-year-old grandparents come to the event and they enjoy it.
Yeah.
They're not in the middle of shit blowing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
nobody's gonna spit beer in your face and stuff a firework in your pocket. Like while
my mom and dad rent a camper with all their friends, and they're over there like at their little camper. You know, like they're all hanging out. You know, it's like that whole campsite area is like it's a whole community. I mean, you know, like it's a whole community out there.
People that are like
people's
area. No, I get an Airbnb every year. I'm a pussy.
But it's like, there's a whole.
I go, but I leave.
You just need to upload footage.
Trey's grandparents camp, and you can't do it.
So we have to just leave so we can upload footage.
I mean, that's the reality. Honestly,
I put a firework in his pocket.
Gregson's like, I get you, man. I gotta go charge. I gotta charge my laptop.
Well, I mean, that's ever since
Airbnb too.
I mean, there's a hotel right across the street.
Really?
So you could
right across the street.
I mean, like it would be a little shitty walk, but
Dennis is like, I'm interested.
Yeah, 1 mile.
Everything was like a
don't worry, Chase had asked me. He's like, is there like a hotel near there? And I'm like, bitch, come on. He's like, I'm not staying in a tent, like and all this stuff.
So but yeah, no, there's a hotel a mile away. There's a bunch of them.
As long as it doesn't rain,
it's not like
sinking the
that
mud
out there.
I love camping.
No, it's not. It's not the middle of nowhere.
You can stay with it. We can stay with it.
Chris, everyone thinks you can't, but you got to have the outlets and shit.
Yeah, I need to charge my shit.
10 outlets you got to charge.
Go through hours of footage.
Yeah,
but getting back to like what
he got one camera.
He got a fucking. He's got shit to charge, dude. This motherfucker works.
I was filming 1,500 gigabytes a day at Swampfest.
Oh, you need hard drives don't go in the wall though. Just so you know.
Not bringing the generator to the tent.
Don't worry, he was
entire 5 terabyte hard drive.
Chris had multiple batteries and things plugged in my camper at all times charging.
And I have 3 cards that are 550 gigs each. And
you should get yourself an orange camera, dude. Way less.
I was having to dump cards mid Swampfest, like to be able to like film more than 1,500 gigs, which is like I've never had to do that.
Chris is the only person that I let inside my camper during Swampfest besides Kelsey.
Well, I don't hang out in there, but it's like
everybody knows that
I'm coming.
Everybody knows that everybody knows that my camper is like you don't go in.
Dennis is gonna show up. You don't
go.
It's like I found my house.
I'm here.
This house is sick.
But getting back to the pocket air thing about them saying like it looked like the event was kind of for everybody. Like them talking about how the event was like for everybody.
Yeah,
I was very shocked at how many normal people, and whether it be YouTubers or whatever, were there in attendance. And I was like, definitely was not expecting that. You know what I mean? Like I was like, holy shit, man, like this is like kind of getting people's attention now, like outside of BMX, which is pretty crazy. Like I don't know. It's just really, there was a lot of people there that are not bike riders that are a little bit more on the, I guess you could say, like juggalo side of things, like
last year,
girls in thongs and stuff like that, and just not my vibe. I'm supportive if they're there, but like I'm not gonna cater to that shit. You know what I mean? Like this shit isn't a joke. Like this is for DIY BMX, and that's like the core.
I think that's it. Yeah.
What are the juggalo people doing there?
What's that?
What are the juggalo?
They want to be there for the fire, the party, the craziness. They love it.
The party,
and that's awesome. And that's awesome. And I'm stoked on that. But like, I'm not gonna like cater to like mainstream normalcy.
Yeah.
Keep it it is going. BMX gets the shit beat out of it by like not they either go so mainstream that it's fucking terrible, or it's like they're so underground that it's like not appealing to anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of like floating in the middle right now of like it's core as fuck, but it's appealing to the normal.
Where do the juggalo people come from? Where do they see?
They're from Florida.
They're 12 million views on YouTube.
Really?
Right?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Were they there the
probably not our audience.
The first year that those kind of people
This was the first year that I had like kind of a crazy crowd, like the fire breather guy.
Yeah.
Who that was?
Yeah.
No idea. Not a bike rider, not a skateboarder. Just a guy that's there, sticking a nail through his nose and doing the grinder thing. And that's cool. That's cool.
It's getting crazy.
Like that's cool, but like I'm not like I didn't like hire this guy to show up and do a show.
I think he was a juke guy.
No, I don't think so.
No?
That was the guy with the long blonde dreads.
No, okay. Well, no, yeah, I know, but I think he was with that crew.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's,
I think because I like looked it up because I was like, I'm me being a nerd. I was like, I saw something. Like, I think when you watch a Swampfest video and then YouTube just serves you other Swampfest videos, and that one popped up, and I was like, whoa, this is like a huge channel. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I've seen these dudes. They like in the ghillie suit and the golf courses. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this is that guy or whatever. And then I watched a video, and it seemed like that guy was involved.
Yeah,
I think
and
he was
it's
a Jew
cool.
guy
Like, it gets me stoked because it's like, a dude like Reed Stark is in a mainstream.
Yeah.
He's in a sick ass environment. Dirty as shit, like DIY BMX, getting
gnarly
exposure on a mainstream platform.
Yeah,
somebody's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And like that's pretty sick. Like that's really cool. And I appreciate that. But like I said, like I'm not. It's not just gonna turn into like. I don't know how to describe
looking
it.
For that.
Yeah, like
you're doing your thing.
Like
and
I'm
coming,
stoked.
dude.
Yeah, I'm stoked that those dudes are coming out. But like
you're
I'm not
doing
catering
BMX,
to that,
and then skating and other cool things are coming because of what your dream is.
Yeah,
it's not you looking for fire breather guy. Come please jump off my tower and get YouTube views. Blah blah blah. You're doing you.
Yeah,
and they're coming because it's cool.
But I just like let it.
Maybe they honestly they showed up because of my video.
Probably came because of you. Because of Macrodova's glasses,
Look
at old quiet Macrodova wearing his Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, because Macrodova said it was like a combination of Woodstock and Juggalos, something like that. And I was like,
the Juggalos are like, yes, we're gonna be there.
I mean, I get it.
So the Juggalos weren't there until
Fudger's really plugging his own video.
No. I just thought it was funny because I thought I was going right to it.
I mean, I'm talking about my own event, so I can't really talk shit. But I'm just like,
Fudger's getting one view because of this,
right? I was just looking for Jason. I was just looking for Jason Watts' face.
Where he does the whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everybody painted their faces like Juggalos that year. Remember that?
Jason just had a paint bin.
That's why they're coming.
Paint everyone.
Dude, this shit is insane. Biz started it.
So whatever. That's maybe that's why.
You motherfucker.
But no, it's sick, and I'm stoked that normal people are coming. Like I think that's really cool. And but like I said, like my heart is in the DIY of BMX. Like this is for. I've said it a million times. This is for the working class of BMX. These are for people that got off of work or took off work on Friday to drive their ass there, to pay their hard-earned money, to sleep on the dirt for 3 days to get back to work by Monday.
Hell yeah.
Like that's like, and they're on the deck with Garrett Reynolds.
Yeah.
Like there is no special wristband. There is no VIP. There is none of that bullshit. Like, oh, you're the athlete and you're the rider. Like. That shit's cool, whatever. Like,
you don't have athlete catering?
But it's like, I'm trying to I'm trying to level the top of like, it's not like this dude isn't above this guy. Yeah. Like, we're all the same. Like,
I mean, I've said it many times. Thank you. I think it's super important.
I'm not looking for a compliment.
I'm not. I know you're not. I know you're not.
Here to compliment you, man.
No,
we do. Where compliments are meant to be given, they're given.
Before last Swampfest. Topic. How is Chris Russell?
Chris
you didn't hear about Muscle?
What happened?
You didn't watch it.
Well, it's not funny, but
yeah, they were fucking with fireworks, and Sergente threw one, and Muscle.
Sergente went to Swampfest? No fucking way, dude. Everyone was there.
He threw it, and fucking Muscle, like, I mean, I think they threw it, like, he threw it as far as he could throw it, but it was a huge fucking mortar.
I heard it bounced off of one of the tents and came back or something.
I mean, I think it was just like both, like Tom, Shar, and Sergente and Muscle were like all next to each other. It was like them three, and like I think from what Tom said, it was like Tom and Sergente turned away when it exploded, and Muscle just kind of like stayed looking at it.
Got a firework to the face.
Just a little piece just went into his eye or whatever.
Something happened to him.
And then, but I mean, it was definitely like gnarly. And then he had to go to the hospital and then deal with all that all night. And then the next day, they let him fly home. That day.
Is his eye good?
I mean, he has to get
He
has to get 2 surgeries on it,
Fuck.
which is pretty gnarly. But they told him he's got like 6 months of shit to deal with.
Damn, dude.
And that's why we have Pit Viper sponsoring this year with clear glasses, so everybody can have eye protection.
Bringing my bike and my Pit Vipers.
I found some sunglasses on the ground.
Pit Viper
and
really
I was like,
sponsor it?
They sponsored last year.
Yeah.
Literally, they Pit Viper hit me up and they're like, we want to get involved, and I was like, all right, cool.
They're dope.
And they brought out a bunch of clear glasses and sunglasses, and literally, like, when Chris got his eye shot out.
Not
literally
me, Chris Russell.
When Chris Russell got his eye shot out, literally Pit Viper came out with like an enormous box of clear glasses, and every single person was like, and they literally just gave out huge safety glasses, and everybody was just walking around all night with these. And huge
every person that saw me was like, "Dude, where did you get those things? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, because everyone.
So they were hyped. Pit Viper was like, "This is great." They're not stoked on Chris Russell getting hurt, but like it was. I'd never thought to give out safety glasses. But now it's like, damn, really, okay, like this is a thing that we could that people were stoked on.
With fireworks and craziness, really, like the only thing that can get fucked up is your eyes.
I mean, Dave was wearing like his welding hood all night. He had like his whole full welding hood.
Well, that's smart, but you can't see anything.
Or you can do like this. We talked about making.
Might as well just sit in your tent.
We talked about making Swampfest like face shields. You know, like the people wear like, instead of like the mask, they wear like
that'd be dope.
The full shield.
Pit Viper face shield.
Print like Swampfest on it. Like that'd be so.
That's a good idea. Keep the whole face.
Hopefully it's fuck. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean it's shitty, but
Chris Russell's the man. He'll beast out through this shit.
Yeah, he's a tough.
And it's like he was doing everything. Like he was skating. He like got on my bike and tried to jump the jump like 10 times and ate shit.
First one to jump off the top.
First one to jump off the top of the castle.
Yep. First one to try the fucking water loop.
Yep.
Thing. Yeah, like, he was just like embracing it.
He was like the mascot. Yeah.
And then it sucks that it's like that's how it's like everyone when they hear that's handful of shrooms. But it's like
he wasn't the only one.
You wouldn't think that's how like he got smoked because he was just going so nuts the whole time. But
that's another
sucks.
Well, literally,
it sucks that it's like your own thing too. Like he was participating, and it was like their firework.
Yeah, just loving it.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny because we were at Colin Provost's house yesterday, and he was like, he really was a firework. I thought he like jumped off the castle and like got stabbed in the eye with like rebar or something.
Like they were like bummed on that.
Like it was just a firework, like, and it wasn't even like point blank. It was just like a cross. And I'm like, yeah, dude, shit happens. You know, it's crazy. But
fireworks are gnarly.
honestly, like that is the only major firework injury that like I'm really aware of.
Yeah.
Of going on. I mean, yeah, people get, you get
Scooby's
like,
been on fire and shit like that.
But like it's like I said, if you're there and something blows up close to you, you're like, ooh, I'm not into this. You can just like literally back up onto the moto track. Like we all sat on top of the hill on top of the moto track and like just sat there and just like kind of watched everything go on. And we're like, look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that guy. Oh, like you can just kind of just watch it, and then you would walk down. You almost get blown up. You're like, oh, and then you can back out. It's not like the place is a war zone and people are on a mission to kill people. It's not like that. It's like it's just people having fun in this area, and you can include yourself or you cannot. And it's.
I guess I have another question. You brought up the I said mascot. Let's talk about Scooby and Truck Stop.
What do you?
I don't know.
I don't even know their real names. I don't know where they came from.
Where the fuck? Well, then that was gonna be my question. Where the fuck did they come from?
No idea.
When was the first time you remember them?
2021?
21 probably, huh? I guess the Halloween one, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The costumes really helped them stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Scooby got nailed this year by Benny?
Dan Benny.
The dude was right next to him chugging soap.
Oh, yeah.
Putting it on the rail.
And I was like, what are you doing? The guy grabbed dish soap and just started drinking, and he's like, no, what are you doing?
Did you ever go to the CKY Fest at Trevor Jacobs' house?
I went to one, when Steve-O was there.
Yeah, I was at that one. They were chugging soap and shit, too. I feel like the same people like would fucking...
Yeah.
Dude, the loop you did, the slide loop was a CKY or what were they called? Trevor Jacob thing, whatever.
That was a Pit Viper. They had like already had the.
Pit Viper already had that.
There it is,
That's
right there.
That's amazing. Yeah. What the fuck were they called?
So I'm showing another video. Another view for me.
Yeah, he gets nailed right here. Boom!
fucking bars.
Fuck, dude.
Does he just live right by that damn thing and he just walks?
I don't know.
over?
He literally, I don't know if it was in the video, but he was like leaning in, and I was filming fisheye. I'm like, yo, like somebody, I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm like in there, so I know I need to get out, and I'm like, I was grabbing his shoulder a couple of times, and then I took 2 steps away, and that was the next person that like came in, and you could hear me in the clip. I go, Scooby, like trying to help him.
Could have saved his life, man.
Nah, I didn't.
He was fine. He survived.
Yeah, he was fine, obviously. Oh, Scooby!
Sad Scooby.
Yeah, that's why I put the caption, right? Sad Scooby.
But I mean, yeah, that's.
You don't know anything about him. Never talked to him.
Oh,
They're not endorsed.
No,
Scooby, you don't know him?
no, I don't
I thought he was like part of the show.
No,
Florida truck stop?
No.
Those are
He pays to come.
Yeah, I don't.
Fuck yeah, dude! I thought he was like the number one.
No, I don't know that guy at all. Remember when he was getting blown up by all the fireworks on top of the G? When he was on top of the GT box, he was like on top of it, and people were just like literally. Every person in there had their Roman candles face towards him. And he was
God,
like,
you're gonna make me find it. He was so hammered.
It was epic.
The one
dude.
hit him and like exploded on his head, like in his hair.
He was so fucking hammered during that one. That was like, was it 22?
No.
The rain one.
Oh, it was the rain one.
So do you guys know his crew or anything, or does he go by himself? One lone Scooby.
Rolls up in the mystery machine. That's about it.
No fucking way.
No way.
Selma.
No fucking way. Can't wait to meet him next year. When is it? What are the dates?
I mean, it is gonna happen again at Spider. I don't have exact dates, but it will be around the same time. It'll be around February 20, around in there.
Cool.
But I'll be releasing our save the date pretty soon. I actually need to do that, so thanks for the reminder. That's like something that like in my head I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be this time, and then you're like, when is it? And I'm like, oh, that's right. People don't know that, like,
yeah.
So it's really hard for me to like see it from the other side, you know?
Because you did 2.
Just getting
so
pelted.
we were kind of like, now you're just doing 1 a year.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
So around February.
Yeah, this is when he was standing in the middle. Look at that!
So,
That one!
So,
that was the one!
So that year wasn't that bad, but this is what I remember. You know, where it was like, whoa, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, it just looks kind of grim, like kind of depressing.
Like, what the fuck happened? But you made it happen for the people who made it happen.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's like GT paid money for that box jump.
Yes,
we have to have people ride the GT box jump. You know, like.
And you don't know this guy.
No, I do not know that guy.
Yeah, Scooby's a man.
And the lip.
You gotta let him in for free next year. Look at this. You gotta let him in for free.
But see, like that's another example right there of like the lip breaking. We built that thing in place in a field, not intending for it to be moved, and then we had to move it in here, and it wasn't the same, and it's like, you know, it was so hard.
It's cool talking to you about this because from the outsiders, it looked just like, what the fuck.
I mean, I love that it's a mess. Like, that's sick. But, like, at the same time, like, there's a balance.
This was a mess, dude. Yeah. This was a mess. Hey, but it's cool.
This is definitely one of the ones where I was like,
when about it and like really learn.
When everything was exploding, I was like, that's me right there. Yeah, right there. There's a second angle. I was loving it, and then after the fact, I was like, that wasn't smart. I was like, I should have backed out of there.
Fakey in the middle. Look how foggy it was in there from all the fireworks.
Trying to go off the box.
Like, for how shitty that was, I still love that. Like, when's the last time you did a box jump contest and the whole thing fell apart?
Yeah.
Look at him.
Scooby, dude. You gotta let him in for free. You gotta let him in for free next year, man.
Look at that. Oh my god.
I'm camping next to Scooby.
You do not want that.
Yeah, right. He's probably
Look at Boone. He's fucking hyped.
I've lost what I was going to say. I guess because people hate him on the internet. People hate him and Truck Stop on the internet. And I'm like, dude, is the guy that's in the wife beater with the like.
He's the guy that on the BSD tire ride, he rode off the end of it and like face planted.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because everybody's like, get on your bike, because he was like just trying to be like, you know, obnoxious, and somebody made him get on his bike and he ate shit.
So they're kind of obnoxious.
No, they're not though. They're just not at all. They just exist. Yeah. They're just there and they help people get their bikes. Like, I don't know why they piss me. Not at all.
This is just not at all. This is footage from the Vans Waffle Cup. Obviously.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my memories of that one.
Stressed out Trey.
Yeah, like ooh, this shit got crazy.
Yeah. Okay. What else is there to talk about?
Me and Chadwick are going to New York City next month for a cold video because so they got Vish quit. Thanks, Vish. I really appreciate that.
Did he?
I mean, literally, like it was like as soon as it happened, like
we announced it on the podcast.
But no, I mean, Vish. I mean, it's I got on Vish quit.
So Chadwick is not making bagels.
No, he is. But no, I have a frame coming out, and it's coming out in June, and I kind of wanted to film a video after Swampfest, and I was like, well, I want to come out here and work on Chris with this Vans part, and then I wanted to go film with Chadwick for a cold video, and it just kind of worked out. So
that's awesome. What else did I have? I had something else. We had the Vans fall, which we could kind of talk about. There was something else, though.
Everybody's so confused on the whole crash of like what the fuck was going on.
I mean, it's so funny if people don't understand. You tried something. It didn't fucking work. But
there was factors to it.
Yeah, but you weren't that far off either. So.
No, what happened was that like.
Am I allowed to watch my video? Because it shows.
I'm only watching your videos.
Hey, no, he played.
What other
one of
videos
mine,
is there to watch?
Yeah, I think he played one of Chris's videos.
He played one of mine. Don't worry.
Yeah. What was it? Waffle Cup.
He goes to the dig page and he's like, "This is the dig video."
Yeah, I don't know what dig is. What's dig? I'm just joking. Come on.
We love dig over here.
Yeah, we can show love to everything.
But no.
I do. I don't fucking care.
I think there was literally I think it's like the first. Yeah,
it's the first clip. So there.
But
this shows it
what's
better,
a controversy
right?
to this?
Exactly.
So
that's what's funny.
Look at it.
Yeah.
From like
okay. So I'll explain it. Me and Marcel went there in the morning, and I was like, obviously, I do fucking terrible at contests. I literally hate riding contests. I'm not.
Let's talk about the Do Tour where you jumped on the Toyota. That was great.
Yeah, I had to do that. But see, that's on the same tip as this, where it's like, I'm not gonna win. I'm probably not gonna make finals. I'm not going to compete with anything else going on. I just need to do one thing that's memorable that is like what I do, and that's it.
Yeah.
So the whole time he knew, he's like, I'm going to fucking eat shit, and everyone's going to remember.
Yeah.
Well, I'm either going to pull it, it's going to be hilarious, or I'm going to eat shit, it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like the car thing, where it's like, at the Do Tour, I'm like, they're like, don't ride on the car. I'm like, well, I'm going to start on the car, then, for sure. I'm definitely going to do that. Because it's like, I'm not going to go out there and truck the stair set.
Yeah.
I'm not like...
It's a Camry. You can afford it.
Like that. But no, with this, like me and Marcel got on the course, and I was like, yeah, I really want to do I want to jump out the course somehow, like for best trick. And we kind of I eyed this up, and I was carving out of the quarter. God, dude, so bad.
Later. I mean, you barely cased.
But so here, go back, go back a little.
There's a firm case, but
so stop. Hold on, stop it right there. Stop right there. So. When I was feeling it out, I was just going over the little tranny box, and then I was carving out of this quarter like you would like out of a bowl, like carving the wall and like slingshotting off of it. And I was like, oh, dude, if I go out like that, I got this all day. Like this is there. Like I literally just carve right out and over it. But I couldn't get enough speed by just going over that box. So I had to jump from the lifeguard tower, like the landing of it, into that. And when I did, I overshot it, and it shot me way far to the right. Mm-hmm. I keep playing the clip. Right there, I'm literally in the pocket.
Yeah.
I should be like 4 feet to the left. But I was so committed, and I was going so fast at that point, that I was like, in my head, I'm like, when I'm right here, I'm like, it's not that far. I could probably just push through and it'll be fine. So they keep playing it. So I go like that, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm fucked. I'm gonna die. Like literally, it slingshotted me so far to the right. Like I should have been like 4 feet out. Like I should have been like out that way. But like, when I hit it, it went boom, and it bumped me back, and it took every bit of pop I had.
Yeah.
To where I was like, well, we're going. It like once you hit that switch of like we're going, there's no going back. So I literally I like leaned back, and I was like, here we go. Like, that's why I hit the chair and stuff, is because I wasn't supposed to land that far to the right.
Yeah.
I was supposed to land to the left, which I probably still would have crashed into a bunch of shit. But like, that's why I hit the chair and all that stuff. And so I think pretty much what happened.
Confirmation by my angle, because I literally was filming, and I was like, he's gonna be fucking out here.
Yeah.
and then you went off, and I was like, oh fuck, like I'm like, oh shit, like we're like really close to each other.
That's why I almost is that,
you almost hit
Linda? Is that Linda?
I think that is Linda. Yeah.
Okay. That's why I almost hit her, is because I got ejected so far to the right where I almost hit her, but God, I was so close.
And we were supposed to go.
I was thinking like rooftop and forward when he goes up over the thing. And he's like, dunk, and he just kind of bumps it. I'm like, I'm just gonna do that. Like I'm just gonna do the little bump.
The Encinitas Wood Park, Encinitas YMCA Park. Yeah, that's a great cap.
Bumps over it.
We were also supposed to go on a trip, like the first trip to film for this video.
Yep.
The next day this, and he just sends me a photo of him in the hospital, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how did you get that hurt at a contest? You know, like. Then I saw the clip.
Dude, that shit went everywhere.
So it was like viral, I guess, right?
Way better than clearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Now looking back, I'm like, thank God I ate shit, because that shit was way better. Like, yeah, it went everywhere, dude. It was crazy.
The other angle. Who filmed that angle? Look at Biz. Look at him holding the phone.
Look at him right there.
Yeah, look at him fucking.
I got
first he brings Juggalos to fucking Swampfest. Then he's just sitting there holding the phone out.
The viral angle.
But I literally I got hit up by so many. I got hit up by so many viral Instagram people, and I was like, "Hey, this is the guy that filmed." I just send him to Biz every time. Like, this is the guy that filmed it. So I don't know if Biz made any money off of it, but hey, if he did,
oh, so that really was his clip.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's his.
He filmed it.
He knew the angle. Oh, God, yeah, that is the angle. Fuck, dude. Hey, that really.
I mean, that angle is fucking. You literally just tackle the chair and shit.
That is the viral angle. The other angle is not cool.
Chair and shoulder.
That angle is dope.
So what happened? I mean,
so it was your birthday.
What happened?
It was my 30th birthday.
30th birthday.
Yeah.
You went to the hospital. They give you some cake with your shoulder X-rays.
I went to Disneyland this morning. Came back. Did this. Ate shit. But no, so when I landed, my left arm landed on the chair, right here, like the piece of wood.
Oh no, I have to
so
watch
when
it
I
again.
fell, my left bicep landed right on a piece of wood on the ground.
It's crazy,
dude. It was fucked. So I popped up.
That carpet's gnarly.
I popped up and I was like, oh, I'm good. And I kind of I went to get myself up, and my arm was it was all quivering, and I was like, oh, whoa, that's weird. And I sat down on the ground. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And then I was like, oh man, this hurts. Oh, dude, this hurts. Oh, dude, no, I'm not good. Oh, and it literally just came on, and literally my arm was dead, dude. It literally was it literally felt like somebody just literally hit me with a baseball bat, across my bicep, as hard as possible.
It's about what happened.
And they thought that I had broke my arm across here.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took me to the hospital, and they x-rayed my shoulder, and they said I didn't break anything. No broken bones in my shoulder at all. And I was like, damn, sick. All right, awesome. This is great. But my arm was literally, it's lower. And but somehow I didn't break my collarbone or anything. I didn't break anything. And they were like, yeah, just get an MRI when you get home. And I went home, and we had already planned on going to Woodward. And me and Kelsey were going to drive up, and then everybody was going to meet us there, and then I was going to drive everybody to Woodward. So everybody was already depending on me to go. So I just drove I went, but I didn't ride. And then I started riding, of course. But I was supposed to get an MRI when I got home. And by the end of the trip, I was kind of riding. This is probably 3 weeks afterwards.
That's crazy.
And I was riding really bad. It was not. I was just pumping around. And when I got home, I was like, I'll be fine. And my shoulder is still fucked up.
You probably separated your shoulder. That's what it looks like.
I don't know what. I've never had shoulder problems before. But
I bet
literally,
you separated it.
This morning, I literally went to go pull on something, and I was like, ah! I was like, oh.
You separated your shoulder for sure.
So it definitely still hurts, but my body's a piece of shit, so it just adds to it.
Kelsey too.
Oh yeah, listen to what jackass Marcel says. So he calls Kelsey, he's like, hey, so Trey got hurt, and she's like, okay. He's like, can he go in the ambulance? And she's like, if he needs it, yeah. What happened? He's like, yeah, he fell. It's pretty bad. And she's like, well, is he okay? And he's like, yeah, I gotta go. And he hangs up, and she's like, Kelsey doesn't give a fuck about anything. She's like, all right, well, I guess Trey's hurt, whatever. You know, like, didn't really think much of it. Like, I mean, she's grown up with her brother destroying his body his entire life. So she's just like, doesn't care. She's like, all right, yeah, whatever, he's fine. And then he calls her back, and he's like, hey, so he's conscious now. And he's acting really weird because they had given me like fentanyl on the spot.
What?
Yeah, they gave me like on the ground right there, like, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna give you. They were like, do you want something for the pain? And I was like, yeah, sure. And they gave me some shit. I don't know what it was, but it fucked me up really bad. So I'm like acting all crazy, and Marcel's just like, oh my god, Trey doesn't seem okay. But like, he's such a dodo that like he has no idea. So he calls Kelsey, he's like, yeah, he's acting really weird.
He's inexperienced.
Yes, he literally has no idea about getting knocked out. Has no idea. He's just like, he's acting crazy. I don't know what's wrong with him. Like, and so Kelsey's like, oh my god, he's really, Trey's really messed up. And then I get to the hospital and I FaceTime Kels, and she's like, how's your head? And I'm like, man, it's fine. I didn't hit my head at all. She's like, Marcel said you were conscious again. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. He's like,
I mean, since like 8 a.m. when I woke up.
I'm like, I'm fine. And she's like, what the fuck, Marcel? You're freaking me out and all this stuff. And literally, he's just like, so literally, if you're in a crisis situation, do not depend on him for anything.
Yeah.
He's just gonna give you the wrong information.
Amazing guy.
He's
amazing guy.
But no, it actually all turned out, and I'm really glad that I ate shit because everybody knows about it. So nobody cares about my runs, but definitely everybody cares about them. So
you did runs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. Like I said, I don't like doing content. I'm not good at it. But yeah.
You got it. I saw you lean in. I got more questions if you don't.
Yeah. Question on.
YouTube. You've had a strong presence on YouTube.
Yeah.
In the past years. Sorry, I'm doing my normal paranoid check the camera routine. And Big Boy has moved on to some sort of stuntman who lives in Atlanta or something type thing, right? Yep. From what I've gathered.
Yeah.
And you have Floridea.
Well, I mean, it's just like the Swampfest and YouTube at this point.
Oh, is it? Did you change it?
Yeah, it was just like, I mean,
is it Floridea? Is that how you say it?
Floridea.
Floridea.
But YouTube sucks. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I mean, it's a brutal beast, as you probably know. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work, and like, obviously Scotty had started his channel. I was around.
Yeah.
I was in a bunch of videos. I kind of had a following from that or whatever, and I was like, oh, I'll do my own videos. This will be sick. And then after like, 20 or so videos, I'm like, this shit sucks. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is not. This ain't what I signed up for. This is gnarly. So I just kind of like gave up on that shit. But then, but like at the same time, like Big Boy and Scotty were around a lot. So like obviously I was just like in the videos by,
proxy.
chance. Yeah. So I've just kind of, kids know me from YouTube now for some reason.
Yeah.
But I was already a pro biker before all that shit.
No. Yeah. I just didn't know if like that not being around, and I think I complimented you at some point when early on, you're doing the mini ramp on the floating thing, and it was cool. Yeah. It was you. It was authentic you. Yeah,
you can't do that shit every week or every day. Like you can't keep up that momentum. Like it's so hard. Like because it's like when I do shit, like I try to make it as good as possible. Like with Swampfest, it's like we go all out, or whatever it is. Like if I'm like, yeah, I'll do a YouTube channel, it'll be sick, and we'll we'll be doing this shit all the time. We'll build this and build this and build this, and we'll and all this stuff. And it's like after you put in all the effort and film and edit all that stuff, you're just like, this is a lot, and it's just not what I wanted to do.
Okay.
It's just it's too gnarly. Like I have all the respect for dudes that can do YouTube on the regular, because it's not, especially guys that are like filming and editing their own stuff, like that's gnar,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess I was kind of thinking maybe it was like a little bit of the I don't know. I felt like it can be toxic too, like I felt like it was like a weird, I feel like Instagram is one thing, but then YouTube is like this whole other like fucking spectrum of
What do you mean by like
just like the people feel like they can really like hurl I mean, it happens on my channel as well. Like, it would just because people hear us talk for 3 hours a week.
I think it's weird people comment on YouTube videos anyways.
Yeah.
Like
people comment on porn
watching
videos.
This or whatever, but like I haven't commented on a YouTube video, like I'm not like if I don't know the person, I'm not gonna give my 2 cents about the situation, but it's like I'm also on the other side of it, so like I don't know. Yeah. It's just different. This is probably not really good for getting people to comment on your page. I mean, telling them that's weird to comment, but it's just I don't really understand. It's like some kid from Idaho that has never done anything before is gonna like critique me for pouring my heart and soul into a BMX event. I think that's at that point.
Yeah. I think that's where it becomes weird when it's like they're
every kid from Idaho just got pissed off.
Yeah. Shout out to Boise. Shout out to Boise. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That was maybe off base.
No, it's a good point though, because like he was like a pro bike rider, pro bike rider, then got involved with YouTube because of like Scotty and Big
because just Scotty was around
Florida, and all your cool stuff with these guys, and then that kind of like shifted its ways. We're not going to talk much about that, and then now you're back to Trey, and you have that as like now kind of a Swampfest YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I just like turned it into the Swampfest page because it had like 60,000 subscribers.
That's what I mean. Like that's what that was like.
I was
like you really did it.
But it's like there's no point in that shit being on there if like I'm not going to utilize it. So it's like it's all, like Floridea does Swampfest. Like that's what the LLC is. It is Floridea. You know, like
that's cool.
So it's like Swampfest is the event that we do. You know what I mean? Like obviously people know it as Swampfest. So it's like, but yeah, I did start out as me trying to do YouTube videos, and I was just trying to do like what we do at Swampfest, like building crazy shit, having fireworks going off, like just documenting what we do on a regular basis, which is awesome, but it's like I said, it's just so much work that I'm not willing to put in, like to be honest, like I need to focus on being a pro rider and filming parts. I don't need to,
fair enough.
I don't need to be editing YouTube videos.
Respectable as well. What's up with the ramps? Backyard ramps? Golden?
It's killer. I love it. It's the best.
No cement.
No, I like changing shit too much to do cement.
Yeah,
it's like, and I also don't really. I grew up on wood. I grew up on riding wooden ramps. That's like where my heart is, and like I love skate light and plywood. That's my favorite. I mean, I'm sure you're the same way. Like it's
wood's fun.
It's my favorite thing. So, the ramps is killer. I just wanted it to be as difficult as possible to ride, and it's pretty difficult. It's tight. It's like tight, hard, weird.
Now you only ride it on the baby bike.
Yeah, now I only ride on the 16-inch bike though.
Is that real?
Yeah, Robbie gave me a 16-inch, and it's literally like it's all.
We actually have a real clip for the part.
I have a real clip.
16-inch.
That wasn't possible on a regular bike.
Possible for sure.
On the portal in my backyard, it was like I did something in the portal that I couldn't do, because if I go too deep on the portal at my house on my bike, it like. The tranny is too tight where you can't get around it. So
amazing.
But it's sick that he was fucking around on it. I was like, dude, we should try to really think of something to do with that thing. It looks hilarious.
And then I filmed the actual clip, like actual difficult clip that wasn't possible on my regular bike. But have you ever been to FDR? The portal at FDR is not possible on a BMX bike, but it is possible on a 16-inch.
Did you do it?
No, I haven't.
How do you know?
Because I've done the deepest part of my portal at my house, and it's like so tight. Because the tranny at FDR is.
You're talking about that little one that's like up on the deck?
Yeah. Like the radius is too tight.
I'm just imagining like a 5-year-old on a Strider going.
but the 16-inch wheels, the 16-inch wheelbase is so tiny, and the wheels so small that you can get in.
You can actually get around it.
That thing to like a BMX, you look at it, you're like, why do they build that? Like,
put 16-inch wheels on your 20-inch.
But it's the base. It's the wheelbase. It's the wheel base.
It's like this big.
It'd shrink up by a few inches.
Have you ever seen the FDR one?
No, tiny. I think I probably have, tiny. But I can't picture it.
It's real small. Like I like debated it, and I was like, because obviously I've done it at my house, and I was like, dude, I don't know. I might just go into this and just go and just stop. You know, because it's like too tight.
It's tiny. It's this tall.
It's baby size, but 16-inch. Future. If anybody wants to do the portal at FDR, I recommend the 16-inch.
I do have to pee now, and then we're going to do Instagram comments.
Okay.
If there are any good ones. I haven't read them. Squeak by.
We can't talk till Fudger gets back.
You can.
No.
We can talk shit about Fudger. Dude, Dig is so sick. It's literally the best thing ever.
Dig is so sick. I don't think they have any sort of competition at all.
No, I just know with it being like on hour or whatever, I was just giving them shit about.
What do you want to see at Swampfest? What would
what's your idea?
What would the Dennis obstacle be? Like, what would you know? What I was like,
shit. I'm gonna keep talking to you about this, but I think the fucking 20 stair El Toro
into floating
mud,
wood,
into kind of like
the floating wood. Like,
no, we do the float.
Oh my god! So like anything you do is just like, just like.
But we'll just make it. We'll make the landing
like a leg jump.
Yeah.
Like El Toro. Oh my
plywood landing.
But we'll do the floating plywood on it so you can roll out.
But that's my thing. That's what I want.
That's your thing.
That's what I want.
That's the market. That's the market stair set. Yeah.
Yes. I will throw down on that. If you really need a little funding on that. El Toro 20 stair, nice rail into just shit.
Yeah.
But like something you can't get hurt into.
Yeah.
Because like,
it's water, but
we'll just do.
I think that's why I think floating plywood might kind of be dangerous.
But no, we'll do it. We'll make it like a
so
square
anyone could
pond.
just huck a fucking huge rail trick into.
But no, we'll put
belly flop.
We'll put so much plywood out there.
Yeah. Every skater could try something. Every bike rider could try something.
No, we'll put so much plywood on the water to where it's like this big, moving
flat ground.
Yeah.
You don't think
so
20
it's like
stairs though hitting plywood would like slice your arm and shit though?
I mean, yeah, you would slice your arm on the ground if you send yourself down a 20 stair.
I want it safe so people can just like who can't hang her, gonna try and hang her like
just a handrail lake jump.
I guess that's not safe either though because even if you can land it, you're gonna be like
you gotta make it real deep.
I think it's 20.
I think it's just a cool 20 stair rail.
20 stair rail
into like a nice landing. It doesn't have to be into a swamp.
Nice. It's gotta be.
No, we don't do nice. It's gotta be fucked up.
Well, no, fucked up, but like. I think like a swamp with floating plywood.
Maybe an uphill landing or something. Where you land, or maybe a big white trampoline that you have to go down. You hit it like
like it kind of goes into a downhill and then a lip. So
like a down.
El Toro
El Toro into a tunnel.
A little landing.
Into a lip.
I like that.
See, this is how things happen. This is exactly how the ideas come up.
Where we're like ass rail into a so like if you did do a sick trick, you're gonna get some speed and then
nice big down rail into the tunnel.
It should be El Toro to a long jump contest.
What's that?
El Toro to a long jump contest. Not you. There's no landing, but it's like a 3 foot, a 3 foot kicker, 20 stair rail, land and then just lip. A 3 foot lip, like mellow, like distance sick. Contest.
Yeah.
Like so you have to.
Yeah.
Like so there's no landing. Yeah. You know.
Whatever my thing is 20 stair nice rail. And then like something fun out. Like I want a big ass rail.
And then you said a good word, trampoline.
Yeah,
that's a good word. I think that's. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could come out of that, but trampoline for Swampfest. Trampoline for Swampfest is a good word. It's been floating.
It's a talked about obstacle.
There is a topic. There is a topic involving a long jump and a trampoline.
I like it.
I'm not gonna say much more, but there's something involved in those elements.
Long jump, land on the trampoline, then the next long jump contest. It's double long jump.
Might be something.
I guess the Chris Kyle thing. He's like, there was this bike. What'd you say? And I guessed it.
The fucking hot air balloon thing.
First off, that's incredible. I saw it with Gregson. I was like, I want to ride that so bad. That would be the sickest thing. He's like, you couldn't pay me enough. I'm like, nope.
Dude, he's like, there's like this.
That is so sick.
He's like, there's this new project that happened. I said, is it Chris Kyle and a fucking hot air balloon?
Yeah, they guessed it. I had to take. I was on strict embargo. Like it literally in red. It said strict embargo, and I was like, do not talk about this. And I was like, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit.
Podcast when you showed him.
Yeah. I did a little news thing, and then he.
I had heard about that a long time ago. Like somebody told me about it. Sorry, Corey. Somebody had told me about it back in June. Corey Nastasio told me about it back in June.
Well, yeah,
I had heard rumors of it, and I was like, "No, there's no way." And then I saw it, I was like Issa's photos of that shit is
amazing.
So cool. That shit, like using Red Bull money to do something like that is
they use
that is awesome.
Formula One money, like that was insane. That'd be a fun one to dissect on the news podcast.
Hoffman has had that idea, of course. Rooftop has had that idea, of course. At BAM, I'm sure it's been in the skate world as well. Mike Varga brought it up to me one time as like a monster project. Wow. So like the idea has been floating around for a long time. So it's sick to
floating
fucking
around.
Well played. Yeah, sorry, no pun intended. Yeah.
The 20-minute behind we the scenes about thing
the only
so good.
Didn't jump out of it. That was the only thing.
Good. Fuck it. Everyone's skydiving.
I think they put it up in the air again. I mean, how much does it cost? They just fucking set in air. They're just pulling the thing up.
$1 million.
No, but it exists. They just pull the fucking thing and then just put a little fuel and put up that balloon.
It'd be sick if they like
do your Instagram.
Yeah, sorry.
It'd be sick if they did it where it was just a big flat platform with just a pole jam in the middle of it and just dudes were just doing pole jams. Like that was it.
Swampfest.
Like, just super like anticlimactic. Like really.
All right, that's the thing. I want.
Huge floating pole jam. Like that's it. Like
Airfest 26.
Yeah, or it's just like a really good sub box on one side.
Who wants to go up in the balloon?
Yeah, right.
There's like a few takers.
Imagine a roll in with a fucking
trying to figure out how we can float something, and I don't.
The BMX single air balloon challenge.
Yeah.
Dude,
those air balloons are so sketchy. You can't steer them. They just go, and then you go down.
You gotta steer it. Somehow.
No, you can't. It's the wind.
No,
they don't fly them unless there's like a little tiny.
Chris knows about this. He's from San Diego. They just put them up in the air in Del Mar.
Yep, all the time.
And then it's like they have the wind, like they have their little whatever their charts or whatever they look at.
What if you float in the ocean? You can't get back.
No, but it's only they don't put them up. Yeah, so then they just wait and they're like, oh, today's not good if it's going east or going towards the ocean, and then when it's good, they just put them up in the air and they're like,
it's ridiculous. You can't steer them.
Where we land, we land.
They just go up and down with the hot air.
Imagine you had a fucking big backyard and a fucking hot air balloon with a ramp lands in the back of it in the UK.
Hot air balloons, how do they work?
All right.
Really? They go up
hot air balloons don't work.
First question, the Father Sky. How big of an influence has Dave had on your riding life/truck? Riding life/truck.
Oh, damn.
That's literally I mean, you guys can see the question. That's literally I should report it. That's the first question. So Dave McDermott.
Dave hates emotions, first off. Oh. So I'll put him on blast as that he is single-handedly one of the most important people like in my life, but also for Swampfest.
Yeah.
Like he does all the artwork, like all the Vans shoes that we did, all the flyer stuff.
Did the Blood Wizard board.
Did the Blood Wizard board. Does all the art like on site that looks cool, like decorated the castle, made that look cool, and he's there with me the entire time.
Yeah.
Like he is the greatest. Like Dave McDermott is the best. Yeah, I love Dave to death, and he's one of my best friends, and he helps me work on my truck a lot too. It's a pain in the ass, but yeah.
So you're driving the truck around and it didn't have brakes this year?
No, it did. They were just a little rough. I needed to bleed them. I needed to bleed the brakes. So there was a bunch of air in the lines, but
all right.
I literally had gotten that. This is truck stuff, so it's boring. But I had single axle swapped it, and I literally was like hustling to get it done just for the event. I was like, Dave, if we start this, we have to get it done before the event. And I literally got it done like the week before, like just enough to where it was rolling at the event. So we got to pull it off though. So it's all good.
You know what a single axle swap is?
No, it's boring.
Neither do
truck
I.
Shit. No. Sorry.
Second, I don't know why they're popping up like this. Marcel. Why can't you breathe when it's snowing?
That's just a stupid inside joke. There's nothing funny about that.
It's from Florida.
You're like, oh,
Nutty, his name is Mike. Top 3 backyard pools you've shredded. City, state, address. The address I just added in.
Top 3.
And who has better pools, Florida or California or Arizona? I mean, Florida's out. We know that.
California's one of the best ones.
Arizona.
Huh. After my experience with Chris, I dare to say California has the best pools.
Yeah.
Top 3? I don't even know. I mean, that mellow one we rode the other day was pretty crazy.
I feel like that indoor one you rode was pretty insane.
Yeah, I rode an indoor one.
Like in a livable house.
Yeah, I rode an indoor one in New Jersey that was pretty crazy. I had a clip and no fun and right at the pocket and stuff like that. That one's pretty sick.
The U one in Palm Springs.
The U in Palm Springs is insane. Have you seen that one? It's like I did me and Chris filmed like a really long line. It's like goes like this. I think it's
the first clip in what part?
Oh shit! It's in my no fun part. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
it's literally like it's like a big Olympic U. Or not even Olympic. It's like
hard to describe. The whole pool is shaped in the U, so you would like
it's like a
almost
snake
like a lazy
pool.
River, but not fully connected. I know what you guys
are talking about.
And it just is
it's insane. Like it's literally one of the coolest like pools you'll ever experience. Like it's insane.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. Congrats on the Nor Cup nomination, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's sick, dude. I think.
Sprocket.
Yeah, broke my sprocket in half when I ever did that one. This is literally the last try that I could possibly do because it was breaking.
Dude, so what a fucking freaky pool.
Yeah, it was...
Is that a hotel?
Yeah.
Or like
there's actually another pool there, too, so there's two round pools.
Where is that? Palm Springs?
Of
course.
There's a kidney round pool and then that crazy thing.
But that's
that part's sick.
That's a good one. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like some.
Where's the Jersey pool?
Some more ridiculous ones. Yeah, the Jersey one is.
The castle one you just rode looked pretty epic.
Yeah, I rode this castle. That's like like haunted mansion. One in Florida that was pretty insane recently. That's like
haunted mansion.
That's the Jersey one. Yeah. Yeah, this one was pretty. It's like the pool itself wasn't really that like good, but it was just like the whole scene, like the indoor pool, like the indoor aspect of it and all that stuff, like was pretty crazy.
It was crazy when we went to SAC to film for this part.
There's another line in the same pool.
We rode two indoor pools?
2 indoor pools
in one city, like abandoned houses.
Yeah. There was an indoor pool in Vista for a long time, like 12 years ago. Did you ever get to ride that, or was that before your time? Yeah,
I rode one indoor one in OB, really? Point Loma.
Crazy.
I don't really like riding pools that are like really good. Like I like riding like shitty pools, like that's what we call them, like that are really tight and awkward and weird, you know, like that. Like you can, if you get an air on it, it's like an accomplishment, you know, because it's like, I mean, like that pool. And where is that? Where's that one at?
Oh, that's by Dennis's house, actually. Yeah, that's in.
Wait, that's not the one with the big love seat.
No, that's not Paula. No, this one. This is a Signal Hill pool. This is like a mansion on a hillside. Mount Helix. Sorry, sorry.
What's that? Dude, that was one of the first pools I ever skated.
Oh, Clinton Keith pool.
Did you backtail it?
The big long low seat.
Yeah,
I suck at backtails.
That's just a joke.
I was on Mount Helix, like
It looks
like
just
over. It had the sickest view. It was so dope.
Yeah. So
Josh broke his elbow on that pool.
Totally botched that. That is not that pool.
I know what you're talking about though. That one's like the one out in the desert.
Yeah, the one that's way out in the desert.
Nude bowl.
Naked pool.
Not nude
Dick
bowl.
out pool.
Kind of looks like it though.
But no,
it does. Yeah.
Sick as fuck.
In Fast and Loose, Beachy does like the long love seat car.
Oh, the Temecula.
Yeah, that's Clinton Keith.
What's that?
It's gone now.
Oh, the blue one.
No
Clinton
way.
Keith.
El Centro. Is that where that is?
The one we went to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's El Centro. Yeah.
El Centro pool where he does that around the time.
Oh
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I know which one you guys are talking about.
Like that
It
one-
just the love seat is like basically the only
It's a quarter
rideable
pipe.
thing.
It's literally a perfect quarter pipe.
Okay,
And it's like that's cool, but
It's
like,
gone now.
No, not that. I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
But that's even like one of those situations where it's like everybody's been there.
Yeah.
Every trick's been done.
But it's
love
not
seats. The love seat carve's been done.
Yeah.
Like
It's like good
I don't
enough,
really like.
It's like a skate park.
Yeah, like I'm like it's good, but it's like you have to have such a crazy trick to doing that thing for it to be like notable. That like I'd rather just ride a really shitty pool and just like squeak an air out of it or something like really difficult that like somebody's gonna be like, this thing sucks. Like I'd rather do that, you know. So
you kind of glanced over the
California,
the Nora Cup thing.
Yeah.
I mean, is that why is it
the only time you've ever been nominated?
Yeah. I mean, but why are you not?
This is. I think that people appreciate what I do. I think, but like nobody. I don't think I'm out of the loop, man. I'm not in the scene of like.
But isn't that by choice?
Yeah.
You want to be that.
No,
you want to be in your loop.
I'm not saying it as like a like, oh, poor me. I'm just saying like I'm not really in the like the, I don't want to say cool guy circle, but like the A-list circle. Like, I'm not and I choose to do that. Like I choose to separate myself. Like I like to be like out in no man's land, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think it was a little surprising for me to be nominated for a Nora Cup, because I was like, oh shit, that's kind of weird. Like people like other pros in BMX voted for me. That's strange to me, because it's like I'm like I said, I'm removed from like the California scene, you know, of like I'm homies with everybody, but it's like I'm not in that scene, and that's fine with me. But like I was a little shocked that I got nominated for a Nora Cup, because I was like, whoa, that's pretty crazy. That's bizarre, you know?
I think the way it goes is that, you know, if you have like a Lewis Mills and Brock Rayford and a Dennis part or something, you know, people that are going to be into those style parts are going to vote for the best one in that category. And then you have riders that don't particularly associate, they're not really into that stuff that much, you know, and then they vote for their own style thing. It's like I always use Rat Kid when it comes up to Nora Cup, because it's like when there's years where it was like Garrett just fucking the deadline year, and he just dominates 90% of the votes, and then there's and then they're like, there's Rat Kid always would get like 10 votes. Like Rat Kid is fucking street riding. He is the best street rider. You know, and not to say that it was like you only got 10 votes, but like your part resonated with a group of riders within that, and you had the opportunity to shine, and I think it's awesome. You know, like I think it's because of your riding style and the way the video is put together. So I think
it's everything. Like I don't I choose to not really. I like to be the minority. I like to be like the guy that shows up to the contest and like, instead of riding the course this way, I go this way. You know, like that's just who I am. Like, you know, I mean, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't associate myself with normal people. Like, I don't really socialize with bike riders. I don't really go on trips with other bike riders. Like, you know, I just don't. You were
saying, what was the last trip you went on with? Like 3 years now. It's just been on skate trips for the last 3 years. Basically.
Like I haven't been on a BMX team trip in probably like 2 or 3 years.
Crazy, yeah.
But I like that. Like I'm not like I said, like I don't really like a lot of shit in BMX. Like there's not like I don't look to BMX for like inspiration. And I'm not saying that in like an egotistical way. I'm just saying like there's just not a lot of shit that I like. Like and that's just my selection of what I like, you know, and that's fine. But like a lot of BMX doesn't speak to me. It doesn't do it for me. I don't enjoy it. I don't really like a lot of what people do. Like, but like when I see an AM/PM video, that's the shit that fires me up. Like that's the shit that I'm like this is sick. You know, like I want to see. I don't enjoy watching people that are good. If that makes sense. I
feel like I understand more than you think I under. Like
I don't. And I don't want to name names because like I don't want to be a dick. Like I'm just not into it. Like it's just not my thing. Like I don't want to see a polished skate park video. I don't want to see like. I don't like polished shit.
As somebody who looks at Instagram and is self-required to post things on the internet on a near daily basis, you can get jaded and everything starts to blend together.
I mean, even on this trip, it's like we'll drive 3 hours to one spot because it's like the way he rides and like the uniqueness of it. It's like it is worth driving 3 hours to hopefully it's there, and then it's like fuck if it works out, it's like epic. But it's like that's. I
mean, it's definitely the hard road. Don't get me wrong. You know, if I like did truck drivers down 20 stairs, I'd be making a hell of a lot more money. You know, like it'd be. You know, it's like that's just. But like I chose that path. I chose the hard road. I chose to be not moved to California. I chose to be removed. But it's like I said. Somebody like Joey Piazza or Rat Kid or I don't know, Denim Cox, you know, these dudes that are like not putting out a lot of shit, but when they do, it's genuinely them. Like I love that, you know. Like my favorite riders are not necessarily like the great bike, like they're good, but they're not like the greats, you know what I mean? Like I love watching Cameron Wood ride. I love watching Wong ride. I love, you know, like I love dudes that are like not on the normal scale of what people see, you know, like, and that's just what I'm into, you know. And if I can do that for a kid that's a fucking weirdo, and then that's sick, you know what I mean? Like
Wong Tran.
What
you said, Wong?
I said Wong's one of my favorite riders.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, dude, like, but that's what I'm saying. It's
he's literally sleeping 2 miles from here right now.
He's a man.
But it's that's one of my favorite riders, you know?
That's cool.
Like that's
Long
like
as
the shit that like I look up to, you know? And like that's
BMX always needs that. It doesn't always have to be the shining star. It doesn't always have to be the person who's best to be your favorite, you know? Like, I think that's sick, and that's what you represent, and I think that's like what I'm saying is like that's what's cool about your part being nominated for Nora Cup as well, is that it is like it was like within that circle, it was the best video, and it's like it's not gonna win. Like I'm pretty sure you knew it wasn't gonna win.
No, of course.
And
I was
it's
up
like
against Lewis.
I know.
You know
I know
like,
you knew that.
Obviously, I'm not gonna win.
Yeah,
you know
but like
I mean?
even
like,
being in there is fucking sick, you know. Like, and so it's
I really appreciate that, and like thanks to everybody that voted for me, because I definitely didn't think like I was in that group, you know. Like I think that people they just don't get it. They don't get what I do. They're like, I don't get it. Like I don't understand what he's doing. Like,
well, I mean, you've been riding bikes.
I think people do. I think people watch your parts and they're hyped.
I think you look at the internet a little bit too much, maybe.
Like,
you know, like I feel like you're like big brain bike rider, you know, like where like you get see all these people are like, why isn't he doing like the fucking feeble double bar, you know, like that type of thing. And it's like for people, you've been riding bikes since you were fucking 12 years old, like
four.
Well, I mean, like semi-sponsored 12 years old, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe like you've been a sponsored bike rider for 18 years at this point. And it's like, you're the flares and the whips and the shit that you did when you were 20, you don't want to do anymore, and you want to do fucking weird tricks on weird spots that nobody's ever seen before. Yeah, like that's like.
But it's also because
it's like think about it from a band perspective. Think about a band's album from 18 years ago to a band's album today. Yeah, and how much it evolves. What's that?
Yeah, it usually sucks.
Well, fair play.
Yeah, me and Gregson are like, ooh, bad analogy. Like, dude, Metallica's latest record is so much better than anything in the 80s. Like,
I really blew that one.
Shit. Everybody likes what they're doing now.
Well,
know, but
think of the other.
Good job. Good pull on that one.
All right, next question. Another Corey Walsh one. Rank the MVP movies 1 through 3. I don't even know what that means.
What?
MVP?
I only like which one's the
AVP? Alien versus Predator?
Vertical primate.
Most vertical primate. Is that the second one?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
that's the only one.
Yeah, because it's most valuable primate, right? Was the first one?
What the fuck are you guys talking about? Is Marcel?
It's a movie about.
Is Marcel
Dennis probably knows.
It's the skating monkey
with the MVP too, which is the skateboarding monkey.
The whole movie is about a monkey.
Some of it is filmed in Canada, and every time Corey comes to my house, he wants to put it on tape and watch it because he never gets to watch it. So every time he comes to my house, he's like, "We gotta watch MVP too." I was like, "Okay," so. That's why he's.
They made a first and a third.
Some Disney.
I think each one was like a primate doing something into something else, and the second one was called.
Some he didn't get up in Canada, and he's like, "This is so cool."
Yeah.
You know, one time I was in downtown LA, and they were filming a movie, and a chimpanzee jumped out of a limo and attacked somebody in a suit. The chimpanzee was in maybe it's the same movie. Maybe it's the third. Maybe it's the third.
The chimpanzee was in a suit.
Yeah, maybe it was in the third one.
They gave the chimpanzee an interview in Big Brother. After the movie came out, he had the cover. They gave him the cover too. Yeah,
really?
The mag of the house.
No way! That's insane.
That's crazy.
Fucking fantastic. Is Marcel Dave's son?
No, a lot of people think he is.
Okay. Any projects you're working on at home in Florida? From Jay Richardson, which is Jordan. That was a.
What's that?
Sorry, that was a name that I got wrong in the other podcast.
Yeah. Me, Dave Marcel, and my brother are working on a full length video.
You did say that.
Yeah, we've been filming a video, just a homie video of us, like just going out and riding and shit like that. So
like 3 parts.
Yeah, well, I'll have a part, Dave will have a part, Marcel will have a part, and my brother will have a part. But
sweet.
Dave hasn't put out a part since the scavenger part.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Like I saw Dak and he's like, "You guys been filming?" I was like, "Yeah, we've been filming a bunch." He's like, "Is Dave filming a part?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh my god, yes!"
Yeah. AKA the Street Dragon.
Street Dragon.
Yeah.
Dave McDermott.
Sweet.
But yeah, so we've been
AKA the substitute teacher. AKA.
And it's been really fun. Like we're just like, Florida sucks. There's nothing to ride there, but we've been like just scouring every single square inch of every single street, like trying to find shit. But yeah, it's been fun.
Hell yeah, cool. That's awesome.
But besides that, what's that?
What's the name of it?
Post Time.
Because
the bar, the karaoke bar down the street from my house. Right.
Best place in Florida.
Yeah, Gregson loves it.
Good. Margarita.
From two guys that don't drink.
Cheese pizza and Shirley Temples.
Must be fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Shirley
it's
Temples
they like
all
karaoke
day,
every night, and the people that sing is just like insane. Dude.
Do you live in Orlando?
Yeah. Well, I live like right outside of Orlando. I literally live like a half a mile from where Mesh was. Like, literally right there. So cool. Yeah, right outside of Orlando.
I've been to Florida in a long time.
Yeah, because you haven't been to Swampfest.
Dude, I used to always come to Florida in the summer, so I have this.
Oh my god, Jesus!
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like Florida, like, I see the heat waves like 10 feet high. I'm like, oh my god. No, it's
worse. That's
socks or no socks? Let's do it quick.
Oof.
I do wear socks.
All right.
People always think that I don't wear socks for some reason.
You got little ankle socks.
Most people don't wear the little baby socks.
Yeah, I don't fucking wear socks.
I fuck with those socks. Summertime, you don't need the big old tall socks all the time. Yeah, I wear those too.
Socks,
they're the shit.
Obviously.
You don't need tall socks in the summer. And you can't not wear socks or it gets disgusting. Yeah. You know, you gotta
it's pretty bad.
You gotta be gnarly to not wear
socks. What size shoe do you wear?
Me?
Yeah.
11.
See, I think bigger feet people, you can't wear those socks.
I wear them.
Yeah.
What size are you?
10 and a half, but I should be wearing 11.
I'm a 13, so those things are literally like on bleeding edge, and then so I have to bring. They don't fit. They'll walk off, and they're just in the middle of my feet.
Get a bigger size.
I have those the same exact ones.
They have the little
rubber things.
The rubber.
They're wearing a 7 to 9, man. They got like 11
yeah, they have like different sizes
for you and Parker.
I have them.
I trust you.
Yeah, she's not gonna be hyped.
I pretty much wear 11 though, and I rock them, and I love them.
We talked about Swampfest.
You did?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like my identity.
Yeah, we all know Dennis hasn't been.
This is a solid question. Yeah, we did talk about it. You weren't here. You weren't there.
I'm going.
From Rubio Rides BMX. Rubio, aka Organic BMX Memes. You may or may not hate. I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry. I need to stop playing that. Ride BMX, FBM, or catching pedals. Which one would you bring back to BMX?
What's the question?
Ride BMX.
Choose pedals like a whip.
Yeah, like people even just landing on pedals. Like I think. As it being, go to Organic BMX Memes. That's what they talk about the entire time.
Okay.
So whatever, catching pedals.
Wait,
not.
Who is it? Ride, FBM, or catching pedals?
Yeah. Which one did you bring back? I would say FBM. Honestly.
I guess. If I don't say ride, then you're offended. If I don't say FPM, then Steve's offended.
No. I'm not offended. I don't miss ride at all.
Okay,
I'm doing the same exact shit. Yeah, FPM is the correct answer. So
this is much better than ride. ourbmx.
Yeah. I don't have anybody to answer to. Who would win in a beer drinking contest? 1999 Stone Cold or Steve Crandall?
Steve Stone Cold. Steve Austin. No problem.
More Steve. Yeah, I don't know. Let's get off his biggest regret in BMX. Wow, there's a lot of questions from.
Biggest regret? Is that
a good one?
I don't know.
It's pretty deep wound right there.
I mean, I guess trying to do Swampfest in 2020. I mean, but I didn't know. Because that really fucked me up pretty bad. So, because we got halfway through the build and had to stop, and all that wood was destroyed. So, I mean, I guess doing that, but I didn't know that was gonna happen. So,
yeah, no, I mean that's.
I don't know. I guess
valid.
Mike,
that's valid.
Mike,
you're fine.
Okay.
Clay Dog Bikes. Any plans to expand the Floridian Man Cave?
Oh, dude,
pretty maxed.
I wish I had more room.
Yeah.
What is that?
Just his room.
Of shit.
Oh.
All my. I literally wish I had more room, but I don't. My dream is to have a basement one day where I can just fill it full of all types of shit.
Does anyone have a basement in Florida?
I mean, I'm sure somebody does.
But that's not a thing.
No.
No one has a basement.
People don't have basements in Florida.
You need a garage.
Because the water table is too tall.
Yeah,
too high.
I know. I was like, no one's got a fucking basement.
Not my video.
Oh my god.
Well, I just want to show it just so you could see it.
I literally wish I was there so bad.
As soon as he said what it was, I was like,
like how sick it is.
It's probably good though to not have much more room, or you eventually turn into a hoarder.
No, people are always like they want to
just layers and layers up. He's got 4 cardboard cutouts.
There's way,
as long as you don't grow into your living space.
There's way more shit in that room than in this when this video happened.
I'm sure.
I literally like when
you're not a hoarder until you like
when I get
expand
something,
over your like living area.
Like when I get something, I literally have to like be like, okay, where am I gonna? How am I like? And I have to like reorganize shit in order to like fit shit in there. It's like, but yeah, my dream is to have a basement. So
I mean, look how sick
like
this is. DeGroot, Homan, Aiken, Wachowiak, Wismerski, Doyle jerseys.
That's
how
just like
you need a little hanger.
Sick is that?
I got way more than that.
I think we talked about it, but what is like top 3 possessions
that I own?
Yeah, BMX possessions.
BMX possessions.
I mean,
like if you had to throw everything away, you can only.
I have my dad's first BMX bike.
The shit's on fire. Oh my god, there's a fire.
I have my dad's first BMX bike.
Okay.
From whenever he was a kid.
That's
which is pretty cool because he got me into BMX. So obviously, like
also
I think that's
also
like,
a hoarder apparently if he kept it.
No, they found it at my grandma's house.
Oh really?
He's like, oh yeah, it's my first bike, my BMX bike, and I was like, oh my god. So it's like it's an old Mongoose Super Goose, but it's like so whooped. It's been sitting outside forever. But I mean, I would say that. Like I'll do sentimental stuff and like actual collector value.
Okay, yeah,
because that's like important to me. I have a 1996 DK Dirt Circuit video of the first time I saw Corey Anastasio. Like when they did the DK clinics, they came back the next year and they had a video of the contest that I had saw. So like I got to watch it on repeat. So that was a pretty important one. And then I have for the first Colt prototype frame. That's probably the most important to me. Like those 3. But as for collector's standpoint, I got Van Homan's Mean Streets frame from Criminal Mischief.
What?
That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
So
one of it. I mean, he wrote a few of them, but I have one of
the frames he filmed. Criminal Mischief.
One of his Mean Streets frame from Criminal Mischief.
This
is literally like another language that Chris is like, I don't know.
How'd you get that?
Dan Conway had it. He had it. He had bought it from the Little Devil store whenever, I guess, all the Philly dudes, like Pat Juliff and all those dudes, would take their old bike parts to the Little Devil store. This is what Dan told me. And then he bought Van's old frame from the store. And then he wrote it and cracked it like 4 times, and his dad like re-welded it all together. But it has all the original sticker. It has like the Airwalk sticker on it and the Mean Street sticker and stuff like that. So that's pretty sick.
That's amazing.
Probably that. Oh, dude, I don't know. That Aiken jersey is pretty gnar because he rode for a Bully for less than a year.
Yeah.
And the jersey was so big that he had to cut the sleeve. It's a long sleeve. He had to cut the sleeves on it to make it into a t-shirt to where it would fit him. I also have the first Props VX.
That's amazing.
The first VX that Props ever had. I have Jason Enz's TRV that he filmed clips from Nowhere Fast and Criminal Mischief on. I don't know. There's like a bunch of.
You have some era stuff because we keep talking about the Slim Jim stickers, but
told you. Remember I said he's gonna give me shit for not bringing the Slim Jim sticker. I told you that in the last podcast.
I should have. I'm
sorry.
I should have thought about it too. Like
I totally forgot. But I have a few of Dave Mira's Slim Jim stickers.
But you have something else, right?
I have one of his gloves. And Chad DeGroot has one of his helmets that I really am trying to get. But
that's amazing.
I have one of the FBM stickers that was in the fire.
Oh, really?
From the building, like it's all burned. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to visualize like what's in the room. But yeah, I have a Etnies Forward. It's just the commercial on loop that Peric made to play an Interbike.
Oh, really?
Like when they were premiering, and it was just called the Etnies video. It wasn't even called Forward yet.
Called Forward.
So, but I would say that. I don't know. That's
pretty good.
But those are all like to collectors, like valuable shit.
Of course, yeah. Crazy. Look at that room right there.
It's insane.
There it is.
It's really crazy.
Yeah.
That's one of the funnest parts about going on trips with Trey. Though, is every trip we like go on some insane vintage adventure.
Oh yeah,
regardless of like what it is.
I went to the Long Beach flea market the other day and it was sick.
The vintage one.
Like it doesn't have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously into shirts like old band shirts and shit like that. Or like
you want how much would you pay for the stick?
Is that Gary's stick in his leg?
In his arm, yeah.
I'm good.
No, fine.
Well, it's like obviously I'm a certain era. Like I'm a certain era. Like I'm like.
That response is so real.
I'm fine.
I'm good.
Like he does this shit all the time.
Zero. Yeah, zero.
Okay, all right. How about the Turbulence Master?
Ooh, yeah.
All right, now we're talking, right?
That's my jam.
Range of Motion Master, maybe a little bit early.
I get that.
A Hucker's Norica plate that he never won, that we made just in case he won.
Why'd you guys do that?
Just because sometimes it comes close. Yeah, it comes down close.
No, like they didn't know.
So we just make both. We make both.
Let me get one of those.
There's only one.
That's it.
Let me get that.
Yeah, I got.
Hey, what is that though? The Transworld Media thing, like.
That's Turbulence. That's the Turbulence Master. So that's like what they no. It's a tape, but that's what they make. That's what they made Turbulence off of. Like they literally put that in the machine and then make the VHS tapes.
I see what that is.
Yeah,
now.
I have one of Mike Aiken's Interbike passes.
That's sick. Yeah. What's that?
I have Chris's X Games pass.
This is Taj's Norica speech.
I have a note from Taj that said, have fun at Swampfest.
Mine's better. All right, back to the questions. Sorry, we're going down.
I'm just trying to think of all
Chris is like, God, I'm so bored.
That you get stoked on.
I hear it.
No,
but I collect. I collect all ridiculous shit: toys, tapes, all types of shit. So.
Please help him make not say like every other word this time.
I already apologized.
Well, now they have double the trouble. So
yeah, like right now.
Oh, that's too bad. I never noticed it.
Those 5 Dales Pale Ale, you definitely not noticing.
Wow, they're all smooth to me. 5 of them, you know.
Tony Radcliffe sucks. Is similar name to yours. Stealing a question from the last episode that never got answers. Do you think you still got the 360 flip to fakie if you absolutely had to do one?
I absolutely.
$1,000.
Oh wait, he's saying if I had to do one.
Yeah,
You got it.
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I've had a bad flare record as of recently. Like we tried to film one in Houston. I was just like, I was like laying on the ground after I did one.
Backflip, like, slam, and flare slam.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this trick anymore. Like it was like on this like really awkward DIY quarter, and I was like, did I lose this trick? Like I just started like doubting myself of like, could I do this anymore? Like,
have you done one since?
No. So, I mean, if somebody had a gun to Melvin's head, then yeah, maybe I could.
Yeah.
I bet you got it.
Cranberry. Why didn't your Welcome to Sabrosa part ever come out? Is that like was there something that was supposed to happen with that I didn't?
No, I tried jumping down this huge stair set in Tempe. Like on the main strip, and I died.
Oh yeah,
that was literally. I tried to jump it. I died. It was like I think it was 25 flat 25, and I tried gap to firecrackering it, and I literally got in the air, and I was like, I'm gonna die. And I died, and it was just like,
what was I thinking when you had enough time to think? Like,
well, no, I was at the top of the stairs, and the security was coming, and Chow was like, it's here, it's now or never, and I was like, okay, and I turned around, I pedaled as fast as I could, and I got in there, and I was like, what am I thinking? Like, it's right on the main drag in Tempe, like right on the. You've definitely seen it before. But.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it. I think that I'm trying to. I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
He's talking about 2 Magic players, 2 basketball players for the Magic.
Yeah.
Marcel coming with really bad questions. really, really bad questions.
Would you expect anything more of him?
I would not.
Yeah, I think that's. But, I don't know. Unless it's like it's Instagram on the old desktop's not too reliable. Don't stop. Why did I block?
Did you see what my dad just commented? Who is your favorite parent, your mom or your dad?
Oh, there we go.
That's what my dad just asked.
There you go. Shout out to Aura.
He's been asking you that like for your whole life.
Aura's the shit.
He's the biggest Gary Reynolds fanboy. It's incredible. I love it. It's so funny.
But answer the question.
Well, Dad commented on
who's gonna watch the podcast.
They'll both watch it for sure. I definitely made my mom mad like 10 times with something I said, so it's all good.
Oof.
Yeah. Is there anything else? I feel like this is really coming to it.
Yeah, it really is coming to a halt. That's why it's hard for me to like read these.
I mean, we already did another one too, so it's fine. So I mean, we can wrap it up.
Oh, are you leaving?
Are we leaving?
Mean,
I don't know. It's
Are you-
11
is he-
o'clock.
is he-
at night.
Jesus!
Is it 11?
No!
It is almost 11.
God damn!
All right.
Michelle's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah,
I was
sorry.
down around every time the Instagram comments come out. I'm like, let's fucking end
go.
It,
Yeah.
was, dude. I love this podcast.
Oh wow!
I had a
Holy
blast.
crap! Yeah, we went well past the normal 3 hours. I
Thank
don't
you
know.
guys for allowing a skater on your podcast.
Yes, thank you for.
BMX loves skateboarding. We always have huge fans of everything you guys do.
I don't know if that's majority, but
Yeah,
I guess
that's all good.
I think anybody I know loves skating.
Dennis is speaking for the entire community of BMX.
Yeah.
Yep, I am.
That they love skateboarding.
Everyone loves skateboarding. It's the coolest shit ever. How could you not love skate? If you don't love skating, it's because a skater was a dick to you, probably.
That's
Right?
that's-
Like,
yeah, I
because
mean,
skating is the coolest thing ever.
I mean,
like, it's fucking
yeah.
awesome.
It does
just like BMX.
It does
How could
do
we
it
not
does
like
do
it?
everything just
True.
slightly better for the most part.
What's
you know,
that?
like it just it's just like a little more creative and a little fucking cooler and a little like I'm like,
Well, I
oh
wanna
my god,
go
it is
over
fucking
there,
great.
you know?
Because
We're
they
lucky
don't.
like,
Because
that
they
we had
don't.
Tony Hawk.
What's that?
I said we're very lucky that we had Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Nah,
yeah.
skating's
They
amazing.
also don't let kooky
Trey.
shit fly.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I mean. They handle
They
shit
don't-
better. Like it's fucking
regulate,
cool.
They
Yeah.
regulate their shit, and I'm not saying BMX needs to be like skateboarding or whatever, but they don't not let that kooky shit fly
Yeah.
in skateboarding. They don't give credit. They don't. And some people might call it gatekeeping or whatever, but obviously it's paying off
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
people want to be like skateboarders and dress like skateboarders because they're cool. So
Fair enough.
just
Fair
something to
enough.
think about.
Trey, you're cool. Fuck yeah. Chris, love you forever.
Love you, Dennis.
Do this shit. That was a 4.5 hour podcast. Love you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Later.
Dale's Pale Ale.
Dennis's personality brought to you in part by Dale's Pale Ale.